My husband is cheating on me with my best friend right after my dad got cancer. You know, Riley, there's never a good time to cheat on someone, but maybe there are actually worse times than others.
Yeah, I would say this is definitely top 3.
Number 3, I don't like you.
I'm honestly not sure where to start, so I guess I'll just start. My husband and I have been dating since I was 19 and he was 22. We've been married for 6 years now. We have 2 kids and I'm 6 months pregnant with our 3rd. I do not like reading that after reading that title. 2 years ago, I found out that my dad has stage 3 colon cancer. My dad is my only parent as my mom passed away when I was 12 years old. He's my favorite human and life without him doesn't seem as colorful. His laugh is contagious and he gives these big bear hugs that seem to make all of your broken pieces feel like they're perfectly in place again. Whew, OP has a way with words, my goodness. Whenever I've had a hard day, he doesn't poke and prod, just lets me vent and listens. About 5 months ago, we discovered the treatments aren't working for him, and in direct quote of the doctor, he said months, not years. Since then, he's gotten progressively worse and is now losing memory. He looked at the dog he got for me on my 21st birthday and said, "Wow, that's a nice dog. Where did you get it?"
Oh.
OP, our hearts go out to you. My husband has been my absolute rock. He has been there for me, holding my hand and helping me through this. He's been so loving and attentive to both my kids and I. Don't get me wrong, I am a mother first and always. I don't allow myself to wallow. My kids are still loved, cared for, played with, and I haven't let my load slack around the house. Once my dad got his updated prognosis, my husband encouraged me to quit my job. About a month later, we discovered we were pregnant again, and I still hadn't let go of my job. I kept holding out for some reason. After finding out I was pregnant again, he ensured me it was still okay to quit my job. That honestly, it would save us a small fortune on daycare costs anyways. So I did it, and I quit my job. That's kind of a scary thing to do with like a 3rd. I guess honestly, maybe after 2, you're like, okay, we kind of know the rodeo. Like, yeah. If you're going to quit with that, then the 3rd new baby isn't as like shocking as I guess like the first or the second.
First or second. Yeah,
right?
Yeah. It's like just throw them in the wagon, you know?
Exactly. Just like everyone, hand-me-downs, you know what I mean? You've already got their clothes.
As you can tell from this conversation, neither of us are the youngest in our birth order. So
I don't know about you. Do you always gravitate to the oldest, like friends and stuff in life?
You and Sam are both the oldest. So
dude, I'm always friends with the oldest. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's because we're smarter and better and good looking and the best overall. So
exactly. My best friend and I have been friends since diapers.
Ooh.
I just remembered the title again. Her family is like my family and vice versa. My mom and her grew up together. We've always been solid, and right after my dad's appointment, when we found out he had so little time left, I drove her straight to her house and she held me while I cried for hours. If there are soulmates in friends form, she was mine. Thick as thieves is what my mom used to say. This morning, as I was up with my 3-year-old, he is sick, my husband's work alarm was going off. He has a few he sets off, so I turned off that one and gently woke him up. He said he was up late working? I don't know, we'll see. So he took the morning off. He rolled over and then he went back to sleep. As I went to turn off the remaining alarms, I saw a text from my friend on his lock screen that said, "I'm assuming since there hasn't been an angry pregnant lady on my doorstep, you haven't told her about us yet."
Dude, out of all the freaking texts you could get, it was that one. It's like you're summoning it into existence.
That was the most negative manifestation humanly imaginable. It could have been like, what about 7 p.m.? You know, which is still like, wait, 7 p.m. for what? But it could be general like, oh, are you guys coming over 7 p.m. next Saturday for family dinner? You know what I mean? If she saw that, she might have totally dropped it. Time froze in that moment. I took his phone and walked away and just read their conversations. Oh no. 4 months this man has been sleeping with my best friend.
Oh. Is that like when they figured out she was pregnant too?
Oh, Riley, that's a great question.
What's the timeline?
I'm 6 months pregnant with our third.
Okay, so 6 months ago she got pregnant.
So that means 2 months after she got pregnant, they started hooking up together.
6 months pregnant. 5 months ago, dad got colon cancer, or like figured out like he can't be helped. And then 4 months ago, she cheated on her.
Wow.
Oh,
4 months these people have been lying to my face. And I know what you're going to say. You should have seen the warning signs. But I've been clutching this phone in my hand for 2 hours and nothing. He's been so loving and attentive to me, but he always has been. So kind and so gentle. There had been no late night work nights except for once in a blue moon. There has been no lingering touches between them or even glances. They act as they have since the first day I introduced them. How sick is it that she calls him her brother, but she screws him?
Oh,
Yikes, that's some Game of Thrones type stuff right there. Good golly. I know so many people get a moment of clarity in situations like these, but I have none. Aside from being sad about my dad, I haven't changed. I'm still a loving wife and mother. I still doted on him and my children. I talk to him about how he's doing and how was his day every freaking day. I haven't allowed the ground to swallow me whole. I know what I have to do now, but I just don't want to. I'm about to lose my family and my support system in one blow, which is such a big thing that quite honestly, I don't even know that we talk about that much in these stories. And that is like, you know, you have a partner who is supportive in every other way. They break your trust like this, but think about it could be financial support. It could be emotional support. It could be the logistics of like, hey, you know, he picks up the kids from work these days. And like all of those things, like in many relationships, you know, there's at least some back and forth of sharing of responsibilities and finances and like things of these nature. When something like this happens, there's just this like long list of things that if someone does something like cheats on you, like whatever, that all kind of goes away.
and even on the financial part, like she just quit her job too to take care of the
job.
2 kids, her dad, and a third kid.
And let's double check, but could you double check? I think he told her to do that while.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Once my dad got his updated like prognosis, my husband encouraged me to quit my job about a month later. Yeah. So like
Probably at least if it wasn't before, right around the time he was telling her to quit her job.
guess around the same time he was started cheating.
I don't know if you're thinking what I'm thinking. She quits her job. Now, you know, it's hard to get a job, right? You know, it's always a challenge. Now, is he trying to put her in a position where she's like, oh, I want to leave him, but I would be not only going through a divorce, probably expensive, but also trying to find a job while pregnant? Let me just stay.
Yo.
What if that's what he was trying to do? It seems pretty plausible, right?
Yeah. No, it checks out.
Yikes. Well, there is only one way to find out, Riley.
And how's that?
More story. I will confront him tomorrow. Today, I just need this last 24 hours of peace. As for her, I won't give her the satisfaction of a response. I don't care why she did it. She did it, and it's done. I was always the friend who cleaned up her messes. After today, I will cut her out of my life like she never mattered at all. I mean, I kind of can't blame her.
Yeah.
What does the sign say, Riley? What does the sign say, Riley? Divorce. Divorce. Sorry, we're remote. It's hard to sync up our divorce chants, guys. We know you love him. He'll be here soon enough. And the divorce chant doesn't just stand for marriages, also for terrible friendships too. So
Yes.
there you go.
Yes.
This has to be the hardest storm I will ever weather. But damn it, I know I will sail through it. It's not for me. It is for my children. Wow. I kind of inspired by OP, honestly, by all that she's dealing with. She's pregnant right now. She's let go of her job. She probably doesn't have any like serious sources of income. Her father has months with his cancer diagnosis. Her best friend cheated on her. Her husband lied to her. I'm weak.
Dude.
A little bit weak. But we have an update. But before we do, let's break it down a little bit. So basically in the update, we know that she is going to confront her husband in the next 24 hours. I guess the question for everyone watching and for us is like, what should she do? How should she approach this, right?
approach it. What does she even need,
Yeah.
for the lawyers and everything? Like, she probably needs screenshots of the text messages.
Yeah, that's true. Like if she does, and we're no experts, but I think from kind of what we've seen, like if you have evidence of like infidelity and things like that, it's like, okay, that can go in your favor of being like, okay, getting assets back, getting probably child support because now she doesn't have a job. You know what I'm saying? And she
3
probably
kids.
she probably wants custody of the kids, specifically the one that is growing inside of her at this very moment.
Not a good season for her right now. And the good thing about this, I mean, not the good thing, but like her tone and like her like, I guess, spirit against this, it doesn't seem like this is like the straw on the camel's back. It seems like she's ready for it. Like she's ready to like fight for her kids. Like that last sentence kind of gave me hope.
She's looking out for her kid's best interest. She's not like, all right, now I'm going to try and see how much I can squeeze out of this MFer in the divorces. She's just like, I just want to take care of my kids. Riley, I think my curiosity is getting the better of me, and I kind of want to see how this goes down. And I kind of want to see the husband crash and burn.
Yeah. 100%.
Small update about everything going on since my kids are now in bed for the night. I spent the morning gathering everything I could and making a checklist. I sat in my office for the better part of the morning telling my husband that I was preparing things for my dad. Not a total lie, I did have to get him sorted with hospice today. So sorry, OP. My boss would be happy to have me back. However, my lawyer said pump the brakes on that idea for the time being. However, my boss did tell me that whenever I'm ready, the door is open and just to give her a call. He does not have access to my inheritance from my father nor my mother. My lawyer ensured me in that. I didn't mention her in the post, but my mother-in-law is an absolute angel. Not always the case in these stories, so that is a positive plot twist. I love and adore her so much, and she's always been a shoulder to lean on. After he had gone to work for the afternoon, I asked my now ex-best friend's mom and my mother-in-law to meet me at my dad's house. Whoa. Put ICU in the comments if you see what's about to go down. My kids were outside playing with my now ex-BFF's older brother. I just handed them the screenshots, saving them from the unsavory pictures and the segs tape, though I did tell them it existed.
Oh, no. No. Oh, not the tape.
Oh my gosh. Also, how dumb do you have to be to have like literal true evidence, like the truest evidence possible of your infidelity? To say they were, oh, my eyes, there we go. To say they were furious was an understatement, and they understood my side completely. Angie, my now ex-BFF's mom, is ready to cut contact with her daughter completely. Whoa. She kept repeating how sorry she was. We hugged and cried together. My mother-in-law told me that she couldn't believe she raised a spineless, terrible human. That no matter what happens, I will always have her, and as far as she's concerned, she doesn't have a son, only a daughter.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. Well, one thing I'll say, I mean, Riley, tell the people, how many times have we had scenarios where it's like OP is in a horrible, horrible, unthinkable situation, and then like the mother-in-laws and the mom and like everyone is like not in OP's corner, right?
Yeah. Right here, it shows like she has a support system, which I think is the greatest thing possible for her right now.
And the boss is willing to get her back. The lawyer, like the OP at least has a team. After an in-person meeting with my lawyer, we went over finances, logistics, and everything you could think of. She has all the proof and she is out for blood. With his post now on TikTok, I didn't want him to find out by an app because one look at the story, he would know it's about him. You've been addressed, baby. With permission from my lawyer, my ex-best friend, her mom, dad, and my soon-to-be ex and his parents will be having a get-together tomorrow. By that time, they're sitting down and showing them everything that I know. My dad, my kids, and my ex-best friend's brother. He's coming to help me juggle the kids and my dad. Being big and pregnant does not help with mobility. God, I literally forget that she's literally like so pregnant right now. Oh my God. They will be at my dad's cabin for a few hours away, enjoying some time and space. Well deserved. I know a lot of people were hoping for me to get revenge or do psychological warfare, but honestly, after my kids went to bed, I took a shower and just broke. I don't have the strength or energy to dish anything out. I just won out. Pretending like everything was okay today was too exhausting, and I just don't want to do it. Once he finds out tomorrow, I'll update with the aftermath, as I'm sure it will be huge. As for now, thank you so much for your kindness, warmth, and support. Truly, your words have helped, giving me the strength to keep my head above water. I appreciate every single last one of you for everything. Whew, all right, so we got this next update coming up, but
How you feeling? How you feeling?
honestly, I feel like this, correct me if I'm wrong, but this kind of feels like the best possible outcome for the situation that it is, right?
Yeah.
Because you have like, literally she got basically every single person in the family on board with her and like going to do this intervention. It wasn't super clear if OP was also going to be at this like intervention with like everyone and the husband or not. I'm not sure, but
I would assume she would be there.
yeah, I would think so too. And she has like the lawyer set everything up. Like the husband doesn't have access to any of the inheritance. She can get her job back as soon as she wants it, you know, which like probably is good because she probably wants some more time after like going through this insane process, but also probably like as soon as she wants to work, can start working again, which I'm sure would be nice.
To me, what's crazy is like the mistress's family that's involved. Like I know that they grew up together, but like her mom stepping in, no contact with the daughter, and then the mistress's brother is stepping in and is like going to help out with the kids and stuff like that.
Yeah, you're
Like,
right.
They're so involved, and like it's just going to be like the husband and the mistress just on an island by themselves versus everyone.
That's crazy. I'll be honest. If I was the best friend's mom, it'd be hard for me to cut my child off.
Yeah,
I think,
but
in all honesty.
But I think like the best friend's mom and OP's mom were like together, so they're basically
they're
basically
sisters.
family. Yeah,
They're like sisters, and OP is like her daughter.
yeah.
So yeah, it would be like yeah, man. But again, I do think that OP has a good setup going, and I'm glad that she has like that support system, the lawyer, the family, everything. And what do you think the husband's?
Dude, he has no freaking clue whatsoever. He's just about to get hit by the biggest truck full of just bricks.
I have a few things I want to get through, so I'll just summarize as best as I can. If you have any questions, I'll answer in the comments. To get this out of the way, because to me it is important. Yesterday, I scheduled a same-day appointment with my OBGYN and got tested for about every STD, STI out there. I got the results for most back, and they were all negative. There's a few that took up to 2 weeks to get the results back for, so I'll be waiting on those. When I met with my lawyer, I brought everything on my end financially wise. And also, bro, if she contracted anything, he's getting nothing. She's taking his lunch and his dining room table.
Now I feel better.
We got everything for the lawyer, including the wills from both my dad and my mom, and I managed to get my hands on his financial documents. Oh, wow. He stores it in his office in a locked box. I would wonder if that's like technically if there's any like taking someone's forms without their consent or something. I really don't know.
They're married. They got to have joint accounts or something together.
They don't have to, but they likely do. I also brought over everything we had set up financially for my children. While I'm not totally sure if it's everything, I am pretty confident that I got most of it. My lawyer was happy I managed to get my hands on that much. Mother-in-law even handed over her will to me from both her and ex-friend's dad to ensure that I was taken care of in the divorce. Mother-in-law even handed over her will to me from both her and my ex-friend's dad to ensure I was taken care of in the divorce. My lawyer understands I am wanting a divorce immediately. However, she wants me to make sure she is thorough and isn't missing any key info. So hopefully I'll have actual divorce papers to give to him in about 30 days. I'm not rushing her though. I'm letting the professional do her job. Yeah, that makes sense because I mean, you could at a minimum not be in the same house, you know, and not have to like see them and essentially for all intents and purposes be separated. But the literal divorce, you know, might take a little longer, like 30 days or whatever to get everything in order. Although I understand OP's probably like wanting to just like, I just want it official. I don't want it to be tied to him anymore.
Yeah, but I think it's good because I think she wants the most for her kids. And it seems like she's getting that from her support system.
Yeah.
But she's like, whatever you got to do, let me know. But I do want this over ASAP.
Yeah, it's a harder move, but it's the smart move. I asked my ex-friend's mom and mother-in-law to describe everything in detail on what had happened. My ex-friend's mom, the revenge seeker that she is, forced them to sit through a slideshow she put together of all the texts.
Oh, so she wasn't there.
So she wasn't actually there.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Which honestly is so cool of them because I get it. They're like, you have been through enough. Let us handle this for you. Wow.
That's crazy.
Wow.
And it would be so much to like with everything going on, just sitting there. Like imagine you had to sit through that slideshow of like your significant other cheating on with your best friend.
Yeah, right? Yeah, that would be too much. That would be too much. Oh my God. I know a lot of you were concerned about one of them telling them sooner than later, but they were so secretive. They didn't even tell their significant others about what was happening, which honestly, smart move on that. Yeah, tight-lipped group over here, my God.
Committed to the plot.
Once the slideshow ended, soon-to-be ex tried lunging for my ex-friend, and father-in-law actually had to force him to sit down. Soon-to-be ex was shouting profanities at ex-friend and telling her she will regret this. What are you talking about? Bro,
he's in the denial stage right now.
Dude, he is denying so hard right now. Bro, who forced you to put your in her, sir? Ex-friend started crying and begging her parents for forgiveness. Ex-friend's dad looked his daughter in the eyes and told her he will never forgive her for this. Blood or not, she is no daughter of his.
Oh, that's tough.
I'm very curious to hear what you all have to say. Let's talk about it in the comments below. Wow, that is... To hear that from your dad would just be, I mean, she royally effed up. There's no question about it. But yeah, that my guy's going hard. He didn't raise his daughter to be this person. Ex-friend was always a daddy's girl, so I think that cut her pretty deep. Ex-friend is in the middle of a divorce herself, and her parents were giving her money for her lawyer, and they told her that she is cut off from them, both financially and physically.
Okay. Bro. Okay. That adds up a little bit more. Like, where was this frustration coming from the dad, you know?
Yeah. Like, hey, we're literally helping you through your divorce right now, and you're over here sleeping with the husband of your best friend, you know, a married man, and what at least OP thought was a happy marriage, you know. Wow. The father-in-law, soon to be ex's dad, was irate. According to mother-in-law, he looked like he was holding back on throttling him. From there, soon to be ex went straight home. I know because we have a Ring doorbell camera along with a few cameras in the house for our kids to keep an eye on them when we aren't right there next to them. Soon to be ex came home and saw that most of mine and the kids' stuff was gone, and he lost it. Started yelling and throwing things. The house is now trashed and with a few holes in the wall for decoration. My God. Yeah, I think something was wrong before, you know, he wasn't the 100% picture perfect person. When he didn't find us, he went to my dad's. Oh my God. While I did spend most of the day there, he was at work packing and moving things into my dad's house. We were already at his cabin. Soon-to-be ex took a baseball bat to my dad's door, trying and failing to break it down. Yeah, this guy.
Yikes.
Yeah. This guy's
mental.
deranged. My dad's neighbor actually called the cops on him. Good. And he was arrested. Good. Bro, you messed up and you're trying to break down your father-in-law's door with a baseball bat with, I believe, the kids there. If that's the cabin. Disgusting. Oh, this is great. And his parents refused to bail him out when they arrested him. That's great. That's hilarious. I had an appointment with my therapist today. I've had a therapist for a year now since I was struggling with my dad, And it felt good to just cry it out and let everything out about how I was feeling. It was very helpful, and she gave me a few tools to work through my emotions with this one. I felt very grounded and empowered leaving my session today. I'm also planning on setting up my children with the therapist when we get back from the cabin to figure out the best way to deal with telling them. Very smart, OP, very smart. I know people said I shouldn't, but I will be telling them, just in an age-appropriate way. I don't want there to be secrets and lies between us. I've always been as open and honest as I can with them. Again, in the most kid-appropriate way. Just because they're small humans, they're still humans and deserve the truth. I had a handful of comments telling me I should stay and every man cheats.
Oh, come on.
Guys, you don't deserve that. I should work things out because most of our marriage was good. I refuse to believe all men cheat. Hey, good on you, OP. My parents were married for 20 years, and after my mom passed away, my dad never moved on. I watched my dad love my mom for 12 of those years and cherish her. I will not accept anything less than that kind of love. He never cheated, nor did she. While I'm not sure when I'll be ready to move on, falling in love is the absolute last thing on my mind at the moment. I refuse to let soon-to-be ex win and destroy love for me completely. I will move on from this. Ex-friends started blowing up my phone, demanding that I fix the situation and immediately blaming me. You know, it's kind of hilarious that when you were slobbing on my man's knob, you didn't stop to think like, wait a second, what, maybe me cheating with my best friend's husband is the issue. Isn't that crazy, Riley?
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
I don't even think I can kind of wrap my head around that. Just this is like some like quantum physics right here.
Dude,
like
math ain't math, and
my lawyer told me to not block texts just in case they spill out any additional info that I was missing. Haha.
so in
Got
a
them
way,
lines tapped.
she's like saying like hook him in for more, you know?
It's literally like a sting operation. She was playing the poor me card very hard. The thing is though, I never influenced ex-friend's mom and ex-friend's dad to cut contact with their daughter. Oh, so maybe that's where she's lashing out.
So since she's not getting the money, she's like, this is your fault. Okay. So it's not that she lost the lover, it's that she lost her financial support.
Not even, I don't even know for, I think they did say they cut her out of the will, but
because
also
ex-best friend is
father.
going through a divorce. The parents were
Yes.
giving her money to help out with that.
Right. Yeah, so she's not getting that. Honestly, the way her dad talked to her, no inheritance.
Yeah.
They didn't say it explicitly, but we can
Basically.
pretty safely assume, I would say. And she's just straight up lost her parents. So she's now like blaming OP for all that. That's where, okay, at least that's where this idiocracy is coming from. But she actually started blaming me, oh my God, for stealing the love of her life. What? I introduced them when soon-to-be ex and I started dating, so not sure where that came from, and that soon-to-be ex is only with me for the kids. Honestly, I knew she was just trying to hurt me at that point, which, haven't you hurt her enough? Has she not been through enough? Oh. I didn't give her the satisfaction of responding though. Between her and soon-to-be ex, I have about 200 missed calls. Soon-to-be ex went from begging and pleading me to forgive him. Like I said, I didn't have divorce papers in hand, so he's stuck in this unknown gray area at the time being. I also asked best friend's mom and mother-in-law to not say anything about the divorce to him yet. Purely just for my satisfaction, honestly. I know it's slightly petty, but keeping him in that gray area of not knowing is my small revenge to him. 2, threatening to call the cops on me for kidnapping. Okay. Telling me that ex-friend wasn't the only one. Bingo, just what I was looking for, which if we go back to our sting operation, that's going to help with everything. To then telling me I'm a stuck-up B, to threatening me, then back to begging me for forgiveness.
What is this insane circle?
Yo, this guy's lost it. Honestly, it was just whiplash reading those texts. I'd be lying in saying if those texts didn't hurt me and terrify me all at once, but I refuse to let them break me. As for both of them together, I don't think that he's gonna stay with her. After all that, dude, after all that. And it seems like the friend is actually like, at least thinks she's in love with this dude. I think he blames her for blowing up our marriage, honestly. Blaming everyone but the exact right people to blame, them freaking selves. Who knows though, they deserve each other. I was initially okay to do a 50-50 split with soon-to-be ex for custody, but after his reaction, I do not feel comfortable with that, so I'll likely be going for full custody. If you bring a baseball bat to anything, anywhere, you are done.
Like if that's the hard situation and that's how you're going to react, like this divorce is going to be horrible, like terrible. It's going to be super hard. Probably the most difficult thing you have ever will go through. And if that's how you handle it at the beginning of it.
My ex-friend's brother has about 30 days of leave that he's saved up, and he's going to be using them to help the kids and I get settled at my dad's house. And honestly, to be there in case soon-to-be ex tries showing up and going crazy again. Wow, dude, brother
Stepping up to the plate.
is the brother and OP
Ooh.
gonna...
Yo. If that were to happen, it feels like a Hallmark kind of movie.
Yeah, right. And to be honest, dude, I mean, taking 30 days of leave off of work to be with them, I mean,
Yeah.
but they are like family.
That's like low-key the last person in the situation that I would expect to do that.
Yeah, like you're the lowest, but like yo, you like obviously, wow, what a insanely kind move to do, but totally like not required of you at all.
Yeah, you have no expectations to do this whatsoever.
No expectations, but here he is. I don't know. I'm dropping that theory in there. We'll see.
Hopefully he's a hunk of gorgeousness for
Oh
her.
yeah.
You know?
I mean, dude, taking off 30 days to help watch the kids, that's pretty sexy, man. I ain't gonna lie. He's been a big help to the kids and I lately, and I'm forever in his debt for this. Last night after the kids went to bed, he hooked up his Xbox and we played a game called Diablo 4 together to help me take my mind off of things.
What? Dude, that's like a scary game.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like a horror game.
Diablo 4, like devil number 4, like the fourth in the series, 4 times the devil. However, he did sort of confess that he's always had feelings for me somewhere in the midst of things.
What?
But also told me not to say or do anything back. He understands a relationship or anything like that isn't in my mind and won't be for a while. He isn't wrong. But that he's just felt this way since we were teenagers and wanted to get it off his chest.
Dude, that is, oh my gosh.
Dude, I mean, he went about it very tactfully, but probably not
in a way,
the best time.
I mean, if she's kind of into him, like right now she's getting like everything's crazy, but once the dust settles for her, she's got like family support, job support, and then another like male role model to help out with the kids if she's interested in them. You know, like everything's good for her. Once everything few years pass, she's good.
I mean, we did read that story where Opie's husband cheated on her, right?
Yeah.
And then that woman, the mistress's husband, and then OP ended up, in consoling each other after, their spouse is cheating.
Yeah.
They ended up falling in love with each other, right?
The intern?
Yeah, the intern. Yeah, that was the intern, right? Yeah. Shout out to Julia on Pretty Much Done podcast. Yes, that was the one. And also shout out to her podcast and go check it out. So this is not as crazy as that was, you know what I mean? But
yeah,
it's still like, I mean, like OP said, and like the ex-friend's brother said, this is a lot for you right now. And like, there's shouldn't be any expectations or pressure. I think he said it in like the nicest way he could. And I understand that he's probably like been holding this in for, since he was a teenager.
Ages. But
that's kind of crazy.
He could have held it a little longer.
Yeah, just hold it in a little bit longer, buddy. Like she's kind of going through it. So I'll leave this here for now. If anything of importance happens, then I'll go back home and I'll update further. Thank you all. And I hope you have a wonderful evening. Now, we had some questions in the comments that OP responded to from Hobbit Bones. Great username. I'm sure many of us would like to know, have you told your lawyer that you want to go for full custody? And have you saved those messages with your soon-to-be ex said with threats towards you and your children? I'm sure that you have, since you saved screenshots of the first time and you've handled this really well. I would second that. You've done all the right things to gather evidence and protect yourself. I am proud of you, and I really wish the best for you and for your children. Heart. OP. I forwarded everything to her, as well as telling her he was arrested, and she responded with full custody? Question mark. Yo, this lawyer's tight. Like, The lawyer is just like, cool, I'm rocking with her. And I agreed. So thank you truly so much. Heart.
Dude,
What?
ex-BFF got in on this.
Oh my God. Okay. Guys, Riley just pointed this out. This is a response from the ex-friend. Wow. Riley, we've never had
I don't think so.
a response like this ever. I was hoping it wasn't you when I saw this on TikTok, but obviously it's you, Kirsten. I told you to break up with him. I told you Tobias was in love with me. You refused to listen. I told you my husband left me because he was cheating, but it was because Toby told me we could run away together and we could be together. Wow. So Opie's husband was literally like, we could run away together. And the first thing you do after being cheated on is go and cheat with your best friend's husband?
You just go get a backup plan ASAP.
Yeah. Wow. You ruined everything and now you won't speak to me? You need to clean up this mess instead of posting on socials and being a pathetic piece of crap. You're unbelievable. Did you think I wouldn't see this and find out? I hope you miss Carrie.
Okay, that was uncalled for.
So evil. Oh my God. So then Technical Pumpkin 65, also someone in OP's life, oh my God, replied to the ex-best friend. Are you serious, Jade? This is apparently the ex-best friend's name. We're
Name dropping.
We are outside. How about that? Coming here and playing the victim, you disgusting fake human being. Yeah. Not only that, but you expose yourself by telling real names. Now everyone will know it's you in your entourage. You are so jealous and have a huge obsession with Kirsten that you've ruined your life after all the mess you created. It's obvious Toby never loved you and just wanted to use you for his pleaser. There is nothing more easier to manipulate than a jealous freak who has an obsession with him. If he really wanted to run away with you, he would have done it a long time ago, but he lied to your face with one of the biggest excuses ever. I stay for the kids. Ha ha ha, you are a clown here, but not a victim. Even your own parents cut you out of their lives too. You are such a shame as a woman, but also as a human being. You pretend to be a friend and betrayed not only her, but your family and your own husband. Can't wait to hear what will happen to you when more people will know around you. You will finally receive the treatment you deserve, especially after wishing her to lose her baby. Karma will do its job now.
Dude, this has to be the ex-best friend's brother stepping up to the plate. Who else would it be?
Yeah. Oh, that's a good guess. That's a good guess.
I mean, who else would it be ready to fight for?
Now, OP is replying. OP, you told me to break up with him when I was 19 and you were engaged to another man. You never said why. You never said anything about him because if you did, I never would have been married and you would have been cut out sooner. Also, not to put fake names in the post to protect your identities, but if you want to blast yourself to the public, that is your choice and not mine. But there's another update. Hi, everyone. I know a lot of you are still asking for an update. Not much has happened, but here is what has happened. Soon-to-be ex discovered the post and asked me if I was seeking a divorce. I said I was. He apologized for losing his cool, asked if there was any hope for reconciliation. I said no, as you freaking should, OP. We did have a conversation about the kids, and he'll be allowed to see them with supervision, to which he agreed to. I had another meeting with my lawyer. Nothing major of importance happened there. Nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing, has happened with the ex-friend's brother. He didn't take back his confession, but as long as I said it's on the back burner for a long while. My kids' health and well-being take priority over all else. My dad's health is on a steady decline. He is now in the hospital with no release date in the immediate future. Please send over thoughts and well wishes his way. My kids are adjusting well. We have a therapy appointment for them scheduled next week to help them. My son has more questions than the rest, but I'm trying to save any big conversation for the therapy appointment, so I know I'm conveying the answers in a meaningful and the least harmful way. Also, my oldest made tryouts for the soccer league.
Yay.
Oh, and the baby is doing just great. She gave birth to a whole freaking baby in the middle of all of this madness.
Dude, what else can't she do?
Bro, what can't OP? You are just, please run for president, please. Things have calmed down a lot. Truly, I feel like I have a better grip on things. I've been putting most of my focus on my dad and kids to help keep busy. Thank you, friends, for the love and the support and checking in. We have one remaining, concluding, finalizing update.
Dude, this is a lot. But like, this is the best divorce I have seen. Like, very clean cut. Not very messy. It's only messy on like, you know, the husband and the BFF side. But other than that, like going very well. I mean, other thing, like I hate that her dad's not doing super well, but like
of the things like that she can control and like do and all that, like all of those things seem to be going very well, specifically because of OP's action, steadfastness, clarity, just her. But Riley,
yeah,
I think we're gonna bring this one home, buddy.
Bring me home.
Sorry, I called you buddy. We were just talking about this on another episode. Apparently, buddy is patronizing, which totally is.
No,
in
John,
many instances.
But listen, the way you say it to me, though, I'll accept it. If it was anybody else trying to do that to me, I'd be like, hey, that's for my mans.
Final update. Hello, everyone. I'm still getting daily messages and comments for an update. So here's what could possibly be my final one. My dad passed away about a week after my last update. I knew it was coming, but it still felt like a gut punch. Thank you for everyone who kept him in your thoughts. Truly. My marriage has officially ended. Once soon to be ex, I believe that's the fake name that I've assigned to him. Please don't call me out if it's not. It's been a while. Discovered just how serious I was about leaving him, and he became compliant and was willing to give me everything I asked for in the divorce. That is good to hear, because at least like the last thing OP needed was more headaches and drama with, you know, trying to get this divorce done. So my lawyer has opted for a dissolution versus a divorce. Interesting. I don't know if I've heard that before. Have you, Riley?
I don't even know what that is.
Could you look it up real quick?
The closing down of an assembly, partnership, or official body.
I guess it's like a less serious divorce. The process is a lot quicker and it went smoothly. As of right now, I have full custody while he works out his anger management and whatnot with therapy. I'm not sure if I'll ever trust him again with the kids, but I'm also in therapy as well as my kids. I'm not making any decisions at all right now when it comes to that. He gets supervised visits at a facility where there is an army of staff and security, and someone is there at all times. That's once a week, and he does video calls twice a week. The kids are adjusting pretty well. There are days when I think it affects them more, but they've suffered some big losses, so it's to be expected. I did give the baby my dad's first name, though.
Oh,
Wow. That hits in the feels. It just felt right, but baby is doing so very well and is thriving despite the amount of stress I've had going on. I'm managing as best as I can with everything going on. I miss my dad like crazy, and I'm still trying to figure out how to exist in a world where he doesn't. The grief is still so very heavy. I'm still mourning my marriage as well. I don't regret leaving him, but it still hurts deeply. However, I'm picking up the pieces and making my life whole without him. My mother-in-law, well, I guess ex-mother-in-law now? I don't know, it feels weird. And my ex-friend's mom helped me out so much. They've really allowed me to lean on them in these moments, whether it be taking the kids for a little while or cooking dinner for us when I don't have the energy. I am truly so lucky to have them. And finally, to what you have all been waiting to hear about, the ex-friend's brother. Ex-friend's brother is now back in California. He tried extending his leave, but the military said no. Oh, a military man. Okay. It is truly wonderful having him there and helping me. In the first few days after my dad's passing, he picked up so much slack for me that I will truly never be able to repay him for it. He is so patient and kind. That being said, nothing has happened between us, though he did hold me while I broke down after the kids went to bed quite a few times. But that's the extent of it. No kissing or anything like that. He does call me and text me multiple times a day. Right now, I just don't have any room in my life for romance, which, by the way, I just want to call out right now. I feel like this is the textbook of, maybe other than him revealing his feelings so soon. Like people joke on the nice guys. This is the actual nice guy approach where you do have feelings for this woman, but you do the utmost respect. To me, seems on the surface that he is doing these things, not expecting anything in return.
Yeah.
Right? Which I think is like the big differentiator and the big thing here. It's like, all right, if you do things out of kindness and just wanting to purely help this person, and not expect, a relationship or anything else back. That's good.
Yeah. I feel like he does love her and he does love the kids, but he's like, he completely understands where everything is. I can like help you here. Anything else you need, I'm there for you, but I'm not going to push anything.
I have so much grief, and the weight of being a single mom has been heavy. He hasn't pushed me on it either. He let me know that he meant every word he said and that he's willing to just be my friend until I decide I want more, if I ever decide I want more with him. I wish I could be the girl that jumps in with both feet, but the betrayal from my ex is still fresh, and I'm worried I would burn anything out before it started. So I asked for friends and time to process everything else in my life before I even consider processing a new relationship. He happily agreed. I'm kind of catching like some undercurrents of it, like reading between the lines, but it seems like OP may have or thinks she may have some feelings for him, which kind of makes sense. Oh, and soon to be ex and my ex-friend are not a couple. Most of you were right. He left her high and dry. Though I don't wish misery on anyone, I'd be lying if I didn't say I got the smallest, eetsiest, weetsiest amount of satisfaction that her life went up in smoke. She's been blacklisted from her family. And I know a lot of you have said it's weird that her parents did that. But if you guys knew just how deep my bond went with that family, it wouldn't seem weird at all. My ex-friend's mom is like my surrogate mom. She gave me the safe sex talk, the period talk. She listened to me cry about boys who broke my heart. She held my hand while I delivered my kids. Wow.
To add, like, her mom died when she was 12.
You're right.
So this is basically
This
like
is
her mom.
basically her mom. When she talks about me, she calls me her daughter. She knew my mom for practically her whole life. She held my mom's hand when she delivered me. And if anything had happened to both of my parents, she is who I would have gone to live with. My parents said that in their will. So if all that being said, please just be kind in the comments. I put this off for a few days because of how hostile some people were, and the prospect of being called a liar doesn't sound too appealing at the moment. This is it for now. I probably won't post anything else for a while. I'm still trying to find my footing, and I'm trying to get settled in a new routine before I bring a new baby in the world. I may come back to this, but I may not. Though I do promise I'll update if anything happens with my ex-friend's brother and I. LOL. I know so many of you have become invested. Riley. Wow.
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 Speechless.
It's truly speechless. Honestly. Dang.
Like, it was so bad at the beginning, and now it's really great. I mean, still sucks,
Yeah.
but like...
The best outcome possible, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, my God, OP just went through absolute hell and back
Yeah.
for this story. Just so many things all at the same freaking time. My goodness gracious. Yeah, a little bit speechless on this one, I would say, just because of all the things that happened, all the things that OP had to go through, and all of the things she overcame. Great as it could be, for an insane story. We did land in kind of a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, to a degree. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being in this another solo with me and my boy Riley here.
My husband's boss claimed they had an affair, but I refuse to believe it.
Believe it. I might probably do that as well, my guy. I'm sorry.
My husband and I went through a bit of a rough patch financially speaking a while ago. Luckily, he's got a good job now, and we're happy. But...
Oh, that's a big butt right there.
By the way, this comes from No Mexican Mom. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to r/OK Storytime subreddit. So, he got a job thanks to an old female coworker, may I add, and he was very grateful. She's his direct boss now, and that's why I'm in a bit of a pickle. He has been in this new job for a few months, and everything seemed good. The job is mostly remote, but he has to occasionally travel to another city to meet with clients or his boss. Let's call her Rebecca.
Rebecca.
I love that name. It makes for a good villain or protagonist. You decide. Rebecca calls him regularly. Nothing weird there. She's his boss. Sometimes he'll put her on speaker if he's doing something like making coffee, cooking, or cleaning. So I've heard their interactions and they're pretty normal. She doesn't call him after hours, and my husband is the sort of guy who goes to sleep around 8-ish. I'm the one who stays up later than he does, which is why this has me very confused. Yesterday, my husband had to travel yet again for work. He arrived at the city early, called me after his meeting. I went about my day, and we talked again in the evening when he was back at home. Mind you, he stays with his sister and husband, so he's pretty much accounted for at all times. I don't think Rebecca knew that he was staying with relatives, by the way. Today, my husband called me as soon as he got up. We talked for a bit, and he told me he was going to pick up some things from the office and head home. A while ago, he sent me his location when he hit the road, and that's where he's at right now, around 3 hours of travel. Rebecca contacted me almost as soon as my husband hit the road, which I'm beginning to think was her plan all along. She sent a long text telling me that my husband has been making advances at her, and that she was very sorry to inform me that he had been unfaithful to me with her, that she felt awful knowing that we were parents, and that it was her guilt, which urged her to reach out to me and tell me the truth. I was, as one would expect, speechless and confused by her message. I firstly thanked her for her message, trying to be supportive of who I thought was a brave woman speaking up. And I asked her when everything had happened and if she had any proof. And this is where things got kind of messy. She sent me screenshots of a conversation that dated a few weeks prior. And the picture on the screenshots was the same that my husband has, but the way he wrote was strange. My husband is very careful about his punctuation, almost to a fault. And those texts were plagued with mistakes.
I just love that OP's like, I know that's not my husband's sentence structure.
There's no periods.
He also supposedly sent a lot of emojis of hearts, the eggplant, the peach, and a fire. And I mean, not that it's anyone's business, but he doesn't do that. He hates writing with emojis or sending stickers.
OP politely being like, I despise people who write with emojis.
He has told me that words are enough to communicate and that emojis are lazy or a way to soften up the blow. His words, not mine.
No,
All
it's
right,
just a
calm
little.
down,
hey,
calm
now.
down. Someone needs to calm down.
Somebody's an English major.
I actually love emojis.
I
I think emojis are great.
was just putting you on blast.
I think emojis are a great way to convey emotion.
I agree.
It's,
I agree.
Yeah, when my dad figured out how to use emojis, he was like, okay,
Yeah.
that's weird, but all right.
I mean, he could be using emojis with a lover, but how would I know? But that struck me odd. Finally, she told me that he had gone to his hotel the previous night at his insistence. I know for a fact that can't be true because he called me from his sister's home yesterday and even put me on speaker so I could say hi to sister-in-law and brother-in-law. But Rebecca even put the name of the hotel in her text. She was being very specific, as if trying to prove that she had receipts. I asked her what time they were at his hotel, and she blew up at me, telling me that I was victim-shaming her, questioning her when she was just being honest. And that she didn't have to tell me at all, but that she was doing it out of sorority. And that she has sent me proof about his infidelity and so on. Since she's his boss, I didn't push it further. I simply thanked her and didn't ask anything else. Here's the thing. I don't think he cheated on me. I think Rebecca's making this whole thing up. Why? My best guess is that she's got a crush on him or something, but I'm wondering if I'm being naive. I want to speak to my husband, obviously, but how do I approach this? My biggest fear, to be honest, is for him to lose his job over this.
Wait, yeah, she's his boss.
She's his direct boss. HR.
She's not the victim. She's the predator.
Again, I'm having a hard time believing he would cheat on me. Am I being too naive? No, I think you're being smart.
Yeah, whatever she says, I agree with. Don't.
I think she's being smart.
Yeah, no, she's smart. She's really smart. Keep that elbow away from me. First of all, OP is a very self-assured. OP is very secure.
Yeah.
An insecure person would probably get that and immediately be like,
Yeah. Oh my
confront,
God.
I know what you did, blah, 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 blah. But she was like,
Let me read this.
put on my
I'm actually
Arthur
going to-
Conan Doyle
Yeah.
Batman combo hat. 'Cause
Yeah,
those
she's
are the
like-
two greatest
He
detectives.
never uses emojis.
Yes.
Mm. Couldn't possibly be him.
She used a period. A period was used here when I know my husband would use a semicolon.
Fool.
Hmm.
First of all, thank you for all your advice. Being the anxious creature I am, I spent the best half of the afternoon researching laws in Mexico regarding relationships between bosses and subordinates. Turns out consensual relationships are not illegal in Mexico unless the company states so. But contacting any family member of the employee for any personal matter is considered intimidation in the workplace. And of course, in the case where nothing happened, it's also spicy related intimidation and should be reported. Now, that being said, how things should happen and how they actually happen are often two very different situations in Mexico. Sorry, but that's the truth about my beloved country. As a note, someone asked why he sent his location. For safety reasons. We always send each other our location when we go out of the house for more than half an hour. His family does the same and mine too. I don't know if it's a paranoid thing to do, but we feel somehow safer. So without further ado, I followed some of your advice. I took screenshots of everything. I don't know if she'll delete something. I spoke to sister-in-law and asked her if he had, for whatever reason, left her home at some point during the night. He didn't. He cooked pasta for them, took a shower, and put on pajamas and went to sleep early. Sounds like him, to be honest. When he arrived, we had lunch. He played with the kids, acted normal, nothing weird. But he noticed me being strange and asked if something had happened at work. I put on a movie for the kids and then brought him upstairs and told him that I needed to see his text messages first and then I would explain to him why. That I trusted him completely, but I had to make sure about something and that I would take screenshots. He handed me his phone without a second thought. First, I went to see his last use emojis.
Oh.
OP is freaking Sherlock.
Yes.
As some of you suggested. And funnily, oh, okay. Well, but still, you're smart. And funnily enough, it was the ones he had sent me a while ago. I can't go into detail as to how I know, but they were random enough for me to know. Secondly, his conversation with Rebecca was there, without any deleted messages, going back to even before he got the job. Neither of them had sent anything remotely flirtatious or inappropriate. As soon as I checked that, I gave it back to him and told him I didn't need to check anything else. Be honest, the second he handed it to me, I knew he wasn't hiding anything. I then explained what had happened. He was surprised, angry, and confused, and then sat down and sighed. He told me he would resign the next day if that was what it would take for me to believe him, but I told him no. I admitted to having come to the internet for help yet again and showed him my post. He thanked me for believing in him, laughing at the word we both did. I had to Google it, and we talked for hours. But you know what else you can do for hours? Listen to full episodes of stories just like this. Just go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or iHeartRadio and search up OK Storytime. Ooh. But there is a little bit more to the story. Do you have any final relevant thoughts? OP, I think you did this all like perfectly. You know, you got the things. You were like, okay, this seems pretty suspicious. Did your research, talk to your husband, and then you're going about everything the perfect way.
I do agree. It sounds like you have an extremely healthy relationship with your partner.
Agreed.
And with that built as the foundation,
You're
you
off to the
can't really
races.
be shaken by nonsense like
No one can
this.
shake you.
At least not from nonsense where, you know, clearly they didn't have the
Didn't plan it out real
intelligence
well.
levels to match your Sherlock Holmes, Batman. Yeah,
There's
but
more.
good job.
Good job. I don't want to get into too many details because there's probably going to be an update once we put into motion our plan. But the main takeaway right now is that he did not cheat and that she's doing this out of rejection on his end. So yeah, hopefully people will learn to take rejection in a more healthy manner. But in the meantime, they do make great stories, don't they? Husband and I are good, scared about the future once more, but hopeful. Again, thank you for your support and good advice. And that is the end of that story.
Dude, incredible. So
Success
good.
communication
Yes.
saves the day again.
And I like how everything was moved in the right way.
I agree.
Because it's like you had enough to be like, this is suspicious, but also it's suspicious on both ends.
Yeah.
So, and then the fact that your husband was just like, yeah, take it.
Here you go.
Love saves the day once again.
So
Love conquers
true.
all.
Mhm.
And Kitty, thank you for being a member for 2 months. Celtic Vi Queen, thank you for being thank you for donating $5. It's my OK Storytime 13th month anniversary. I think we did read that, but thank you again.
Month anniversary, number 13.
Well, okay, what was the one thing you wanted? You get that?
What? Which one?
Now you forgot?
The joke?
Yeah,
No, it's over now. The moment's passed.
good.
I can't. It's the optimum. It's like eating fast food after it's been sitting out for an hour.
Don't do it.
It doesn't taste as good.
But
Can't
that
do it.
is the end of that story. The end of this episode.
She's saying don't do it because she remembers what it was.
Don't do it.
Okay. Yes.
The end of the stream.
And this is the end. And then we can't sing anymore after that.
My sister-in-law was cheating on her partner. I secretly helped him move out.
All right, get his stuff on the curb.
Ooh. About 5 years ago, I moved about 15 hours away from my hometown for a job. Shortly after moving, I met my now wife, Becca.
Yep, wife Becca.
A few years ago, I had a buddy, JR, from back home come stay with me. Buddy JR and OP, they're living together. And while here, he met my wife's sister, Maggie. There we go. So JR and Maggie hit it off. They pretty quickly started dating. Maggie has a daughter from a previous relationship. Daughter's dad is very much in the picture. By the way, this comes from Vast Basis 2273. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. So, almost a year ago, Maggie and JR moved in together. It's getting serious.
Baby, it's getting serious.
Getting real serious. And speaking of which, how's the chart looking, Sammy?
Chart is looking good.
There we go.
We got
have the wife-
JR and Maggie in a relationship. Maggie has a daughter, and the daughter has a dad.
That is
not
correct.
JR.
Bingo. So Maggie is like the sister-in-law, right? OP sister-in-law?
Maggie is Becca, sister-in-law. Becca's sister,
Yes. There we go.
which is the wife of OP.
Yes. So at the time, sister-in-law Maggie was living with her parents, but she could not afford rent on her own. Things seemed to be going along well. It is a long story, but almost 2 months ago, JR got pretty irrefutable proof that Maggie was cheating on him.
Ooh, oh no. Oh no. What was the proof? What was the proof? Did you hear moans to the walls?
Ooh, that would not be
Or
fun
some
proof.
Spicy pics.
Oh, that's probably worse.
Yeah. Which is where I would rather see spicy pics than hear moans to the walls.
Yeah, I guess it's like if it's like feeling it live and direct.
Yeah. Like everyone knows the live experience is more. It's a lot. It's more. It's just
Yeah.
more.
You don't want the live in concert of your partner cheating on you. Let's do the pre-recorded. Also, that thing was spitting out more than Maggie was.
Oh, Maggie. Oh,
Sorry.
no. Oh,
Sorry,
no.
our printer was spitting prints. I can't help it. So, of course, he was angry, depressed, and overall distraught. He could not deal with confronting her, but he could also not deal with living with her. The classic dilemma.
Yeah.
He talked to me and wanted my help to get away. So I reached out to my network of people who are not mutual friends of Becca and I to get him a place to stay. Becca, sister-in-law Maggie, and Maggie's daughter, and my mother-in-law were going out of town to visit mother-in-law's mom a few weeks after he found out. Dude, OP just confuses people the most confusing way possible. My God.
Mother-in-law's mom. Ugh.
Dude, come on.
Grandmother-in-law.
Grandma-in-law.
Yeah.
Grandma-in-law, come on.
Grandma-in-law.
I had a work friend with a rent house. I helped JR pack his stuff, which is like 90% of the apartment, and he moved out. He sent an email to Maggie about why he left and moved out. He left a check for rent, utilities through the end of March when their lease is up. Wow, great timing.
Dang.
And
Okay.
informed the landlord that he was not renewing. Super quick pause here. Was this a good move? Yes or no? To just like leave, email. You know,
I mean, he wants to get out of it. I mean, I feel like he did a good job of like making sure all of his bases are covered.
yes.
In terms of not screwing her over completely, but saying, hey, I'm not going to be here anymore.
Yeah.
I think having a conversation would be good.
Yeah.
Because we've had situations where we've discovered irrefutable evidence, but then turns out it was refutable.
That is true.
So I think usually just having a conversation first, saying, hey, this is what I found out, I'm going to leave, and just giving the person a chance to respond, especially if it's not like an abusive relationship.
Yeah.
I think that would be okay.
OP says Maggie got the email and called JR numerous times while on the trip. My wife called me and asked what was going on and where JR was. I told her that JR moved out and he was safe, but I will not tell her where he is. They got back and Maggie flipped out about all of the stuff that JR took. My wife was quite angry and demanded to know where JR was. I kept telling her that he is safe, but I am not telling her where he is at. The last month has been tense, and my wife has begged me and made threats to know where JR is. This is like,
I wonder what the threats are.
yeah, like
no head for a week.
I'm moving out and I'm not telling you where I don't.
That's a little bit more than mine.
Yeah. I don't know, dude. So she has even tried using my phone to impersonate me to call JR and get information out of him.
Hey, that feels like a violation of the trust of the relationship.
Yeah, dude. It's checking the phone. It's like basically the same. You're
Yeah.
getting into the phone.
I don't know if I like that.
Maybe worse. I have since changed my passcode. She says, we are married. This is affecting my family. I deserve to know. Tell me what I need to know. But I refuse. She has even talked about this being divorceable. So,
Whoa.
am I the a-hole? We have edits. We have irrelevant comments. We have updates, I'm pretty sure. We've got so much more left in the story to dissect, but we have to answer this question.
I mean,
is OP the a-hole right now?
Is OP the? I don't think so. I think he's protecting his friend JR's privacy.
Yeah.
I do think JR should have had one final conversation with Maggie, just saying, hey, this is what I know. But I don't think that's OP's problem to deal with. I think all he's doing is protecting the privacy of his friend. Doesn't sound like JR stole anything that isn't his.
Maybe that's debatable because like they said he took 90% of stuff and Maggie was freaking out. So I imagine there could be some crossover or something that could have been a conversation. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Which again, like that's why I feel like JR not saying anything.
Yes.
About like what he's doing, what he's taking. Like, I mean, you can't just let's say you co-own certain stuff.
Yep.
And you just leave. I mean, you're effectively stealing whatever percentage ownership that Maggie may have had, like if they bought a couch together or whatever.
Yes.
But all that to say, is it OP's issue? Like, no, I think him protecting the privacy of JR is okay. And I think the fact the wife is being so snoopy on the phone and like threatening divorce, that feels really unhealthy.
Yeah, I'm definitely seeing some red flags. But guys, we got an edit. We've got some more info, okay? So, number one, my wife knows why JR left. So, she knows about the cheating, which is good. Maggie has admitted to the cheating since he left. Point number three, my wife denies knowing about the cheating, and I do believe her. Historically, Maggie and Becca are not that close. Prior to JR moving here, we would see Maggie once every maybe 3 months-ish. Since JR moved, we see her a lot more because JR and I regularly organize get-togethers, which is why my wife's reaction is so surprising to me. It's like, hey, you weren't even like that close. Why are you unreasonably defending her? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
I guess it makes me wonder, and this is conspiracy theory, but is there something that OP's wife is hiding that she think will be exposed by, JR leaving?
Did Maggie poison the well?
She's
like, hey, I cheated, but XYZ, and that's kind of painting a reason why she's more in her corner. I don't know.
Yeah.
Hey, your family.
Or like, I'm even wondering, like, Maggie and Becca went on some girls' bachelor trip and they both did something naughty, and Becca's worried that JR is gonna tell OP. I don't know. That I feel like that's a conspiracy theory.
But it could be that would explain the logic.
Yeah, and it'd be like, it just feels like OP's wife. I guess all I'm thinking right now is OP's wife seems to have something to lose, which is why she's acting so sus. And I'm wondering what that is.
Point number four, the stuff JR took was only his stuff. In fact, a lot of stuff he left is also his stuff. So he left some of his stuff behind even. Other than gadgets, he left all the kitchen things despite it being 100% his. Wow. He left all of the stuff in my niece's room, even though he had paid for a lot of it. And there was no consensus. OP basically received majority, not the a-hole.
Which I think not the a-holes. I think we're in agreement here too.
I agree. We got some relevant comments here. So how did JR find out about Maggie's cheating? OP says text messages with her affair partner. Maggie freely admits she was cheating, even admitted it in voicemails and text messages to JR after he sent the email.
I wonder why.
There's no dispute about that.
Why was she so... I mean, I guess that's one green flag. Like, if you're going to cheat, freely admit it.
Just like, okay, yeah, which so often we see people just like... And it's like, the jig is up. You might as well at least be honest about it now. So
yeah. Hey, one gold star for Maggie.
Maybe like a point on the star.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like one of the little arms.
Yeah.
Did JR take some of Maggie's stuff when he moved out? OP says none of what we moved out was her stuff. I helped him move in. It was all his. There were big ticket items like the bed, living room TV, couches, dining room table, but it was all stuff that he had before he moved here. Much of it he had before they even started dating. And I guess that does leave her. She comes home and she's like, okay, well, now I have no bed. I have no. So again, maybe another point in the conversation.
Yeah.
Like, just give her a.
I mean, I think it's like she might have agreed, like, hey, yeah, this is all your stuff. But the fact that it's just all gone, there's an emotional she can plan a little bit more. Also, just, I mean, like, thinking about the kid. Like the kid and the kid comes back and is like, Mom, where's all of our crap?
Why do we live in a box now?
Yeah. I feel like just thinking of the kid too, you know, you want to create a nice transition for the kid.
Commenter number 1 says, I get the feeling that there is info being left out, but I can't really put my finger on what it is.
I'm thinking too. Yeah.
I think so too. So I'm going to ask a few questions. Who is Maggie cheating with? How old is Maggie's daughter? What's the long-term plan here? This guy is your best friend and you just plan to keep him secret forever? Why is your wife so invested? Does she feel that she got closer with her sister since JR was there to get everyone together? And now that he is gone, she fears that she'll lose this closeness with her. So maybe one reason why she's defending her so much. Please ask your wife, what would she say or do if she did know where JR is? She plans to bully him into coming back or what? If Maggie was so dependent on this relationship, why did she cheat? Did she have a history of cheating? And OP responds to that interrogation.
Let's go.
Of juicy
Exciting.
info. Okay. So who was the person? A coworker. The affair partner was a coworker. Well, JR is trying to figure that out. He's considering whether he's going to stay here or move back home. He's not able to remain in hiding forever. But right now, this is the situation. I suspect that in the next 3-ish months for him to figure out what his plan's going to be. In the meantime, I am not saying where he is to my wife. Maggie was always the kid who could not get her crap together. It annoyed Becca to no end. With JR moving in, it felt like Becca was getting her crap together.
So maybe she's worried that like Maggie's gonna fall to pieces.
And
without
maybe
JR.
that's also going to be her problem too.
Yeah, that feels plausible. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, finally someone took control of this mess of a person.
Yeah.
I had some rest, and now it's like, oh, I'm gonna have to go back into it.
Back to it. Yeah, especially with the breakup. Now she's afraid things are going to revert. My in-laws are frustrated by that possibility too. They like JR and want to talk to JR to see what they can do to salvage the situation. Everyone wants JR back, dude.
Everyone's like, oh my God, you helped this family so much.
God.
Please.
You fumbled the bag.
We'll pay you. We'll pay you
right?
to just take care of her.
Dude, what's the price? JR is one of the nicest guys in the world and does not want to upset them. Ultimately, they feel like they have seen Maggie actually be a functioning adult and are deeply afraid if JR leaves that she will just stop doing that. OP on the possibility of his wife cheating and Maggie covering up for her.
That's what we said. I feel like that this is more of a stretch
yeah.
than but hey,
I
you
love
know,
a good Hail Mary because when it lands,
and when it lands, it lands. Yeah,
it feels so good for a half second and then so bad right
Oh,
after.
I'm like, oh man, why am I right?
We don't want it to be
No.
true. So OP responds, my wife and I have a life 360. We work in office buildings next to each other. That is how we met. And when we're not working, we spend most of our time together. Could she be cheating? Absolutely, but it would be pretty difficult for her to do that.
I mean, as Jeff Goldblum says, life finds a way.
Life
And
does
so
find
does
a way.
cheating, you know?
That's life. OP responds to a downvoted comment regarding getting involved with JR's situation. I'm guessing maybe like getting after him for like hiding it and protecting him. OP says, on top of that, I think you got too involved in a situation that doesn't really concern you. OP says, the situation does concern me. First, this is outside of my brother, the man closest to me in the whole world. Second, he has asked for my help in the situation. Third, he was with Maggie, at least in part, at my prompting and suggestion after they met via me. I'm not saying you can't refer him to open housing or to help him pack up, but I think helping him facilitate all of the pre-planning makes you look a little bit of an a-hole. You can't throw your hands up now and say it's none of my business and not my place to tell when you quite literally made it your business by executing this big butt secret plan with him. Everyone sucks here. Just quick gut take on that. Do you agree with any of that?
I mean, maybe.
It's tough because there's so much conflict of
Yeah,
interest.
it's like, do you, if you tell your wife, then she tells Maggie. It's
exactly.
like, you know,
Which I think she definitely would have done, knowing her response now.
if a friend comes to you and asks, hey, I need your help, but please don't tell your wife. What do you think about that?
Dude,
That's
is
tough.
It is.
Oh.
I've honestly been buying time because it is really, really hard. Maybe
I think you could say like, hey, I won't tell her right now, but I do have to tell my wife eventually.
yes.
And then you tell your wife, and your wife is probably mad that you didn't talk about it earlier.
Maybe also you could be like, hey, listen, JR's going through some stuff. He is asked me to, respect his privacy, and because of the situation, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. So I'm telling you,
but
I'm
not
telling you,
telling you.
I'm not gonna tell you.
Yeah, I like that. I like the tell I'm not going to tell you.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what OP could have done to not be the a-hole to his wife.
So OP responds to this critique. I have no idea where you see me saying it is quote unquote none of my business. I am saying that I have been asked to keep JR's location confidential, and I am just doing that. Another comment, shouldn't OP be concerned about his niece's relationship with JR? OP said he did tell her goodbye. He did not tell her to lie. Of all people here, she is not upset with him being gone. Her dad poisoned the well and told her to keep her distance from him, and she generally did. She's not upset at all that he's gone. So maybe they didn't even have a good relationship, so she doesn't care.
Yeah, that sucks though.
But I guess it doesn't affect her too.
Yeah.
Commenter says, if Maggie and Becca were not close, then why is Becca so angry? If she knows that Maggie cheated, why is she threatening divorce over it? Does she condone Maggie's behavior? If she doesn't, then she would side with you and respect JR's right to his privacy. At the very least, she would stay out of it. This is why hooking people up is so hard, because at some point you will be choosing sides. Maggie cheated and will have to live with the consequences of her actions, and I would have a long talk with Becca about her behavior and the stance that she took against you and JR. She chose a side with the cheater, which says a lot about her character. You might want to check out what's been going on with Becca, that she would choose the side of a cheater. When you side with a cheater, you might be one yourself. Don't hold that against me.
I don't agree with that. She's siding with her sister. And I feel like that's different than yes, not the best move because she did cheat, and I don't think that's the side she should take, but she sided with her sister.
I think, and maybe this wasn't mentioned, she should have at least been condemning her in this process, being like, listen, I know she totally fumbled the bag, but so you're not the a-hole, but Becca and Maggie are. JR ghosted Maggie, and that needs to be respected. He doesn't want a confrontation, and he doesn't want to hear her lies. As a friend, you don't have the right to betray his confidence, not even to your wife. OP responds to this. If Maggie and Becca were not close, why was Becca so angry? If she knows that Maggie cheated, why is she threatening divorce? Okay. Becca's tendency when a crap hits the fan is for anything is to go into fix-it mode. She is an engineer by training. She gets incredibly angry at anything she perceives as in the way of fixing the problem, issue, bug, etc. It's her default belief that anything can be fixed. So she thinks what Maggie did is very crappy, but there's no way to undo it. So why fixate on it? She thinks the only productive thing to do now is try and fix it. She thinks she can fix it. I am telling her, no, you can't. And in her mind, I am stopping her from fixing it. So she's very pissed at me for that. We have an update a month and a half later.
Whoa.
I am guessing we might have some reveals on where JR is at. Maybe some communication finally starts happening between JR and Maggie.
Which would be great. I mean,
Yes.
I'm curious what chat thinks about OP not telling his wife JR's secrets.
Maybe a poll, tell wife or nah.
Yeah.
I'm very curious too. And also your quick thoughts on, OP has the reasoning for why the wife is basically I guess frustrated with him. But I feel like, yes, we have the logic and reasoning behind it, but it's not a good behavior. It's not worthy of threatening divorce. He's like, oh, you're getting in the way of me fixing the problem. That's how you are perceiving fixing the problem.
Yeah, I mean, I think he is trying to give her the benefit of the doubt as much as possible.
Yeah.
But I do think it's pretty toxic behavior on the wife's part. And although OP understands it, I don't know if it should be excused.
But we're going to get into this update a month and a half later. By the way, this happened just a week ago. This is fresh, hot off the presses. Hot off the presses. So, weeks after the post, Becca let it slip that I knew where JR is located. This caused a slew of intimidation from Maggie and my mother-in-law. I refused to tell him where he is. Some choice words were exchanged between Maggie and
I don't think that Becca, OP's wife, did it accidentally. I think she leaked it on purpose.
Yeah, let it slip.
Yeah,
Oops.
yeah.
My
I think it was
bad.
intentional. That's pretty messed up on the wife's part.
Yeah. So I told Maggie she's not allowed in my house until she apologizes to me. She refuses, so I have not seen her or my in-laws in about a month. Since the end of March 2025, Maggie has been living again with my in-laws. Becca tried to get me to agree to let Maggie and my niece move in,
I really don't think that's a good idea.
but I refused based on the conflict that I have with Maggie and Becca's behavior the last couple of months. Becca explained to me why she has been behaving the way she has the last couple of months.
Okay.
Hey, Are we going to see, is there a reason that explains Maggie's cheating and all of it? Is it all going to be explained like, oh yeah, of course. Like,
The thing though is it's like, it doesn't feel like Becca is changing any of her behavior.
no,
It's
she's
like,
still
I
doing
want
bad.
to tell you why I've been like being so terrible the last couple months and will continue to be terrible.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel like it's giving the same thing as before where Opie's like, oh, my wife just like, anytime someone gets in the way of her fixing the problem, she gets mad. It's like, yeah, that's not good. Yeah.
That shouldn't be excused.
Yeah. Maggie's ex has said that if Maggie moves back in with my in-laws, he's going to go for full custody of my niece.
Oh.
So that he's going to take the kid away from not just Maggie, but the whole side of the family, right? Has the potential to.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, like, can he do that? I mean, I feel like living with your parents isn't necessarily a hostile environment.
I guess you could argue she doesn't have, place to live. Like I have everything. She has nothing. Now, the neighborhood where my in-laws live in is rough, and there's a fair bit of conflict between Maggie and my father-in-law. Since moving back in, my niece's dad's lawyer, so the dad, has reached out and indicated that they are going for full custody. Becca is blaming me and JR for this.
I mean, that's not fair at all, dude.
This is not.
Dude, I don't know. Like,
Maggie created this situation.
it feels like this is not a stable environment for a kid.
No.
And it doesn't feel that Becca is that great with this story. I'm not getting a lot of confidence that she's a great mom.
Opie says she is convinced that if they knew he was leaving, they could work something out to keep them together or at least keep Maggie in the apartment. I do not think this is the case at all. By the way, you can listen to full episodes of stories just like this. Ladies and gentlemen, more hot tea for you. Just go to Spotify, Apple, or iHeart Podcast app and search OK Storytime. We got 2,000 episodes of juicy stories to listen to. But we're going to dive right in to the ending here. So, JR is still processing, but was willing to speak to Maggie now. So we're finally getting some communication. So he reached out a couple of weeks ago. This past weekend, Maggie and JR spoke via FaceTime. Maggie wanted an in-person meeting, but JR absolutely refused. Maggie apologized and tried to get JR to reconsider for my daughter, for the stepdaughter. JR refused, which
understandable.
Like,
yeah,
like,
dude, Jay's trying to preserve his peace.
Yeah,
man.
you didn't make this mess.
Yeah, they're not even married. Like they're just,
the daughter doesn't like him. Like,
yeah, I mean, there's nothing for him there.
It's all kind of like selfishly in Maggie's interest, I feel like everything. Maggie had an emotional outburst. JR hung up on her. There's no plan for him to speak to her again. We got some relevant comments. So, was Maggie on the lease with JR? Opie says she was on the lease. She did not qualify for the apartment on her own and cannot meet the qualifications. The situation between my in-laws and Maggie was contentious before she moved in with JR. I don't know if my niece's dad will win the custody battle, but what I do know is that one, my niece has expressed being scared at my in-laws' house.
Aww.
Again, it was like it's not unsafe neighborhood, they said.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
Dude. I mean, hey, that I feel like that's
a big
enough.
indicator.
That's a big indicator, dude.
Number two, Maggie cannot afford to fight him on custody. And three, generally the quote unquote best interest of the child is the standard in our state, and the living situation with her dad
Which is a great standard.
Yeah, it's a good standard. It's a good standard. And Opie says the living situation with her dad would be significantly better. So I think what we were assuming is right. He's kind of like economically in a much better place.
Take this kid away from Maggie.
I mean, commenter says your wife is delusional. Do not let Maggie move in. She will never move out.
Agreed.
Commenter number two says Maggie effed up. Maggie continues to F up, and Becca is trying to make Maggie's F ups your problem or JR's. And it's neither. You need to take care of Maggie and her kid because she has an active father who is likely has a
or you don't need to.
You don't need to take care of Maggie and her kid because she has an active father who likely has a valid reason to be upset about the current situation. Maybe Maggie having no custody will wake her up because all of this is through her own actions.
Yeah.
She had a good guy and she cheated. She can't take care of herself and her kid, and her parents have issues with her. The common denominator is Maggie. Yeah. And you need to have a conversation with your wife that this isn't your problem and you don't want to make it your problem. Becca needs to recognize that Maggie has been her own worst enemy, and Becca needs to figure out if she wants to keep that BS drama in her life. You can easily walk away, and that's a conversation that should come up. And commenter number three closes us out. Not the a-hole, and honestly, you've been the only adult in the situation. Becca blaming you and JR for Maggie's custody issues is wild. Considering Maggie's own choices blew up her life, JR owes her nothing, and the fact that she tried to emotionally manipulate him for your daughter, quote unquote, is so gross. Like your daughter deserves love, not guilt leveraged relationships. You set boundaries, stuck to them, and protected someone who needed space to heal. That's not betrayal. That's loyalty with a spine.
Yeah, I mean, shout out OP for sticking to their guns and sticking to their morals. Not easy when like it seems like everyone is against you, making you feel crazy.
Yeah.
He's probably like, wait, literally, he's coming to Reddit because he's like, wait, am I crazy? Am I
Yes.
doing something wrong here?
Yes.
Because everyone in his life, like, I mean, his wife, Becky, Maggie, the parents, they're all being like, dude, what are you doing?
It's a strong reality to force
Yeah.
it. When you have literally, 3, 4, 5, 6 people in your life all telling you one thing, it is hard
It's
to,
hard.
Stay in
Because you're like,
what's
wait,
right.
maybe I am wrong.
Yeah.
But shout out Reddit for setting the record straight.
Yeah.
That's what we love to see. But that's where that story ends.
That's right. But not this episode.
Not this episode. We got another one for you that we're going to
Sammy?
get right into.
Give it to me.
My husband wants to have a baby with another woman.
It's going to be our baby, babe.
Also, trigger warning, loss of pregnancy. But let's get into the story. So I'm honestly in a bit of a shock after everything that has transpired in the past 24 hours and need some unbiased opinions to get me through. A little background, my significant other and I have been married for 4 years and together for 7. He's a civil engineer who is more so ambivalent to his career. His real passions lie in his hobbies, our relationship, and his friends. That's pretty cute.
Yeah.
I am an emergency medicine doctor, and this is my passion. By the way, this comes from Dr. McPuffy. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to r/OK Storytime subreddit. So I love my husband, my friends, and I have hobbies, but my work is my passion.
Ooh.
Becoming a doctor was my dream since I was 12, and I have made it a reality. Now, my issue. About 14 months ago, my husband was pushing me to get pregnant. He wanted a baby.
Ooh, he was pushing and he was pumping.
I honestly did not. OP did not want the pump.
Ooh.
I was finally hitting my stride at work. We had just bought our first condo together, and we weren't living a really kid-friendly life. I did not tell him this, most because I was a coward, and we have never really disagreed before, so I kept my mouth shut and decided it wouldn't be a huge sacrifice to have a baby. I could make it work.
Ah.
OP.
OP.
What do we always say, John?
Communicate early and often.
Communicate early and often,
Yeah.
especially about something as big as a kid.
Dude. And she's carrying it.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, that is like, it's already like a big conversation about having a kid. But if you have to carry this baby
Yeah.
and you're like unsure about, that is so much pressure on you that you deserve the right to be able to.
And
talk
hey,
about that.
maybe this is a hot take, but
Uh-oh.
I think if you're not sure you want a kid, you should not have a kid.
I think I can get behind that.
Like
I agree.
obviously accidents happen. Sup, Fia?
Hey,
Hey.
Yo.
that's true. Accidents do happen.
Yeah, accidents happen and people change their minds all the time.
Yeah.
But like I think in this case, it feels like OP was actively unsure.
Yeah.
And
Planning
then
it.
Yeah, and then decided to just go ahead and plan. And I think all sorts of weird things can happen if you just force yourself into having a kid. We got pregnant. I was miserable.
Oh.
Pregnancy did not suit me, and I wanted it to be over. I felt disconnected from everything, especially my pregnancy, and I sought out therapy. My therapist told me that I was holding resentment against this baby, and I was in a great spot in my career and was more worried about that than my unborn child. He was right. I worked on this, and by month 6, I was really excited to have this baby. We turned that around.
Hopefully. Man, I'm nervous.
Hey, all right. I mean, I think we're in a good place. We're in a good place. My husband and I were in a better place. My resentment and attitude really hurt our relationship during this time, and everything was going well until it wasn't.
Here we go.
Around 7 months in, I had some horrible complications that have caused my chances of ever getting pregnant be incredibly low. I know that I am never getting pregnant. After the initial shock, recovering from the physical trauma and the emotional trauma, I won't lie, I felt relieved, massive relief. I didn't want to be a mother then, but I will down the road. I am a firm believer that this was just not meant to be, but my husband took it harder. With some therapy, though, on both our ends, we seem to be in a good spot until last night.
And so to clarify, it basically seems like
There was a miscarriage.
There was a
She lost the baby.
miscarriage.
She lost the baby. Last night, my husband approached me. He said that he really wants us to have a kid and forgives me.
Oh no.
for losing
Oh, no.
our
Oh, no.
son.
Oh no.
Forgive me for losing my
no.
temper right now.
Oh, brother,
Oh.
that is so bad.
How do you say something like that?
That is so.
That is so bad. Oh, maybe he'll recover in the second half.
Let's see.
He knows that I cannot conceive, but reminded me that he is more than capable.
That
Makes it worse. Babe, I know you're infertile, but this sperm, this freaking Michael Phelps of the sperm over here.
I see you. I know where we're heading.
I also
I know
see
where we're
the
heading.
you.
I
Yep.
see the you.
Yep.
If we want a baby, then we need to look into adoption or getting donated eggs and going the surrogacy route. Right now, we aren't in a financial position for that either. Then he asks, what if there was another way?
Dude, this is like an infomercial, like where it's like, are you tired of trying to get babies
Pregnant?
by IVF, surrogate, and adoption?
Have you tried cheating on your wife?
Just ask her.
Yeah, surrogacy, but with less steps. You don't need to ask for your wife's permission.
Surrogacy, that's surrogate free.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Naturally, I asked what? He told me. I literally was about to say, like, oh, yeah, there's this girl from work. He told me that there was a woman at work that he has known for several years. Apparently, she knows all about our marital problems and knows all about my health issues over the past years. He says that they recently went to drinks together. Bro, again, I just want to position this. This is like very recently after she lost her pregnancy. So first, he says, hey, I forgive you for losing the pregnancy.
Crazy.
Second, I'm as fertile as a bison in spring.
Yeah.
And third, I just confessed all of our marital problems to this hottie at work that I had drinks with, and I want to hook up with her for us.
Bro, this is so bad. Wow.
He said they recently went to drinks together. I was at an overnight shift, and after a few drinks, she offered to not only donate eggs, but to be our surrogate. This seems too good to be true, right?
She's like, we can even skip the donating eggs part.
Yeah.
We can just go right to the source.
Right to the source. Hey, yeah, and in fact, we knew you would be okay with it. So after drinks, we did a little surrogacy session,
Listen,
little prep.
Why would we make you wait?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And it's so expensive.
It's so expensive. We wanted to get the process started now, and we might have to do it many times before we strike the
gold.
baby.
But don't worry, I am going to put in the work
every single day.
She will only do this if my husband impregnates her the natural way, having spicy sleep with her during her ovulation period until she gets pregnant. I was baffled by this.
It's so obvious. This is just cheating. This is literally just cheating.
He's trying to find a loophole.
And he's still like he hasn't checked in with her and been like, because think about it, she just lost a kid. She could probably have so many complicated emotions around.
Literally not
having a
checked in with her
child.
once. First, he was considering it and seemed genuinely excited for this. Yeah, I'm sure he was.
Yeah.
Second, that this woman would offer such a thing without ever having met me. And finally, that he had shared such intimate details with her.
Yes.
He said that he then followed up with her when they were both sober via text, and she responded, "Oh, I would love to have your baby."
It just keeps getting worse.
Okay, really quick.
It keeps getting worse.
Is there, I feel like this is just like a lily pad hopping. I feel like he's just trying to hop to the next thing.
That is a great point. And Irish Gigs in chat just made an incredible point too.
What?
She's already knocked up.
A lot of people are saying that in chat.
Oh!
Dude. And they're trying to slide through and get away with it.
Oh my God.
The one thing I'll say against that, though, is I imagine she would just be like, unless she's just an absolute, just insane person, she would say, hey, we can still do like, basically either the turkey baster, we don't have to do natural, natural sex or whatever.
Yeah. This seems odd to me, and I question the mental stability of this woman. But then my husband's entire demeanor shocks me. I told him I wasn't sure about this.
Yes, you are sure about it.
I
You're
wasn't
sure that you don't want it to do.
Yeah.
You don't want to do it.
OP, you can say no.
You can say no.
If we go the surrogate route, I would prefer it to be all anonymous and our surrogate to be a stranger. I don't want this getting messy or having to worry about running into the egg donor. Instead of seeing the validity of my opinions, he told me that having a baby with him was non-negotiable. Wait, what? He told me that having a baby with him was non-negotiable, that this friend wants to help us. He wouldn't mind doing it her way and would be the most cost efficient since we just discussed how we cannot afford it at this time. He told me that if I love him and want a baby, then I will do this for him.
Dude.
He's like, no, babe, you don't. I think that you're thinking about it for my sake. I don't mind. Just in case you were worried that I would mind. I don't mind.
I really don't mind. In fact, I want you with a camcorder so we can live this out for many moons to come. I tried to explain to him that I am not sure if I am ready for this and that I don't know if I am comfortable with all this, especially with him sleeping with someone else. He brushed that off, telling me, no big deal. If you were to sleep with her and then I'm overreacting, that he stood by while I got my dream and he was left alone/ignored. I never knew he felt this way and that I owed it to him to let him do this. Today I looked this woman up on Facebook and she is very attractive.
Oh, man.
I would say that my husband and I are both average looking, but she is definitely striking, which makes my anxiety go even higher.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whoa.
Why are we doing this?
Why do this for us? I don't get what she gets out of this. Am I overreacting? This seems completely bizarre to me, and I'm questioning everything in our relationship. What should I do? We got some comments. We got some updates. But John.
Yes, sir.
What should OP do?
I know that OP struggles with
confrontation
and being honest. I think because of the severity of the scenario, I'm getting worried that husband's just going to kind of bulldoze his way through this. Maybe she could do something like get like a counselor or something and talk to them and be like, hey, can you help me like tell him how I really feel and like get this all together. And I think too, by proxy of that, the counselor would be like, oh,
hey, this sucks.
This is terrible. And he said, oh, this is non-negotiable. Great. Then the deal is off. Our deal of like us being committed to each other is done. If you're not going to be able to even talk about any of these ridiculous things you're trying to make me.
I mean, would you say the relationship is over?
I think she has to leave.
Yeah, I think she has to leave.
So
but it's
bad.
I think, like to your point, like the counselor is just a way for her to understand that
to
she has
realize
to leave.
that. Yeah. And to hopefully, I think this will be a good experience for her to learn the voice she deserves to have.
Yeah, exactly.
And stand up for herself.
Yeah, and like this is like one of the first ways she can train herself to like do that.
Yes.
But we got some comments. We got some updates. So comments. Are you sure she's not already pregnant? That's what we asked.
Hey.
Let's be asked. Well, I don't think she is. He told me that they mapped out her cycles and insinuated that I could help figure out when is best for her and that we could aim for a January insemination date so that we could have a fall baby. There is no way that she is already pregnant, assuming 6+ weeks, that they could fool me with a fall baby. And reply, this is so gross and inappropriate. OP says it is. The fact that he has conversations with her about her ovulation cycles, which we didn't even talk about when we were trying to conceive, is grossly inappropriate. That didn't even hit me until I started reading some of the comments, and we have the update.
I'm so afraid. Everything out of this man's mouth is pure, utter, hot, steaming garbage.
I don't know why he just doesn't, go to her.
Leave.
Just leave.
There's the door.
Yeah.
You can walk out of it and just go.
It feels like there's such resentment from him to OP.
It's almost like he wants to like hold this over her and have like,
he wants
I forgive
control.
you. He's just like relishing in the pain that he's causing OP. It feels like.
Yeah, dude. It feels like he wants to punish her.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Ugh.
But we got an update.
Let's go.
So I spoke with my husband on Tuesday after he got home from work and before I had to leave for work. I explained to him that even though I do want kids down the road, I would not be comfortable with this friend being our surrogate and that this would not change for me ever.
Yes.
Foot down. But do you think let's see if we'll actually move forward with it, maybe another foot down or maybe a retreat
yes.
away from the relationship. All of it made me uncomfortable and honestly made me question his fidelity. He was shocked by this. His exact words were, "Are you saying that I cheated on you?" I laid it out for him, pointing out a lot of things that were pointed out to me from my original post, and stated that even if he hadn't yet physically cheated, he emotionally cheated. He said that he did have an emotional connection with her, but beyond that, nothing else. I asked if they had spicy sleep, kissing, anything spicy related at all. He was baffled that I would even think this and adamant he did not have any spicy related contact with her. He reiterated that he loves me and I am the only one he wants. The whole idea of this was because he wanted to give us a family and help repair the loss. This was just a way to do that, and he never saw it as cheating because it would be something we both would agree to. I told him that isn't true because he emotionally manipulated me or tried to in going along with it. I told him I needed to know what their relationship was like. He admitted that over the past year, even while I was pregnant, he confided in her about my obvious lack of interest in the pregnancy and my disdain toward motherhood. So he did know and kind of just forced OP to continue into this path.
Not surprised in the slightest.
And again, it's like, I think it is terrible that he forced OP to do that, but also, and OP already said this, like, I think OP needs to learn to stand up for herself so she never gets in a situation like this.
Yeah.
And she's doing a much better job.
Big progress in how she's talking right now.
My disdain towards motherhood, his fear of me hating our baby, and the issues that persisted in our relationship. Apparently, she was shocked that I would feel this way towards a baby. She told him that she has only ever wanted to be a mother. Since then, they have only gotten closer, but he denies it has ever gotten physical or that he has felt any romantic inclinations towards her. I don't know. He said that the surrogacy was completely her idea, and she has been hinting at it for weeks, telling him how she would carry our baby for us, how he deserves to be a dad, but informed her that we did not have any frozen eggs. Her options were egg donation or adoption, which we couldn't afford. No problem, she suggested using her eggs, which is how the plan took shape. Conspiracy theory. She wants a baby and wants a donor, sperm donor, and wants to keep the baby. And this is her way of manipulating OP's husband into giving a sperm donation so she can have her own baby because she's only ever wanted to be a mother.
She's like, this is my way to.
This is my way to get a baby.
And it's cheap. It's free.
And it's free.
And he'll do it. I'm attracted.
Cheryl Emerson says she will not give up the baby. Yeah. I think she won't give up the baby. I don't even know she's fully interested in OP. Maybe she just sees a little baby opportunity.
What were you going to say, Sophia?
Doesn't really matter whether or not he likes her, sees her in a romantic light, which I think is a lie anyway.
Yeah.
But she's clearly into him or like has some other ulterior motives.
Yeah. So there's something, some sort of connection that is not right here. Yeah.
They're not even, I don't think they're close enough friends for this to be a platonic friend thing.
Yeah.
You know? Like agreeing with Sophia, either it's romantic or she wants the kid herself.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Just telling about like the medical things. And I don't know. It's just such a kind of feels like a betrayal of trust, honestly.
Oh, it is a huge betrayal of trust for sure. He said that they could do artificial insemination, but she said she didn't want medical records of this, and natural insemination would keep costs down.
Yeah, she didn't want medical records. She didn't want any kind of like documentation that would say that she had to give up the child. I asked him what the F he was thinking talking to her about stuff like this and thinking that this was okay. He looked like a deer caught in the headlights. I asked him how he would feel if I did this, if he was the infertile one and I had an attractive doctor friend knock me up with no strings attached at his suggestion. How would he feel? He had nothing to say to this.
There you go.
I told him that I felt absolutely betrayed by all of this. Clearly, she has some sort of mental health problems and an unhealthy attachment to my husband. But beyond that, his relationship with her is inappropriate. He said, obviously, I shared too much. I told him that I am upset that he forgave me, his quote, for the loss of our baby, which I had no control over, and that he used that to emotionally manipulate me. He apologized for that. He never meant it to come out like that and in no way blames me. After that, everything calmed down, but I told him I needed some space from him for a bit. He asked if our marriage was over. I wonder if he wants that.
He wants her to do it.
He's like, is your marriage over?
Oh,
Oh,
dang.
no.
You're telling me I have to go impregnate the super hot coworker? Oh, shucks.
Dude, yeah, he's trying to do everything he can to like push her to the edge. Be
Yeah.
like, hey, I did all these things. I
Yeah.
didn't cheat though.
Because also,
I
it,
didn't cheat.
it is hard to break up with your partner.
Yeah.
It's much easier to like have them do it, the work,
Yes.
and like just push them away.
And him, it's almost like looking back on it now, it's almost like, oh, all of these things he's doing almost seem strategic to where it's like, yes, it will just push her to the brink of wanting to her initiate the breakup, but I mean, he still looks like a bad guy, but it's like, oh, I didn't cheat, or
Yeah.
I didn't do XYZ. Yeah.
I told him I didn't think so,
Girl.
but this has
Oh,
been
man.
really emotionally turbulent few days, and I need to process it. I think that's fair. I think her processing it and taking time is like, she shouldn't make any like split second reactions. He told me that he doesn't want our marriage to be over if this was something I was considering. He loves me more than anything and cannot bear to lose me over this. That losing our baby was devastating and has made him depressed, confused, and angry, but he does not want to lose me at all, which, might be true. Like people, when they're depressed and confused and angry, make terrible decisions. Maybe this is a short-term blindness.
I don't think so. Because even before they lost the baby, he was acting like this.
Well, I think he's just been so focused on having a kid that he's like ignoring her feelings and just trying to steamroll to this like goal of his.
Yeah, I think the evidence stacked is so damning that it's like you can't trust that he won't do things to hurt you at this point. It's just so much evidence.
A lot of his behavior has been really hurtful.
Yeah.
I don't think this relationship can I think he needs to get therapy, not to save this relationship, but to fix
For
himself.
himself.
Yeah.
100%.
I told him he should not have thought about that before planning to stick his wiener in crazy. I told him that if he wants to keep open communication, he needs to cut ties with her. Obviously, he works with her, but nothing beyond whatever work contact they have to have. He needs to go to individual counseling and come to at least one counseling session with me per week. Before he left, he changed his phone number, blocked her on Facebook, and deactivated it. He told me that he would give me access to whatever I wanted to see to prove that the relationship is severed and that it was nothing more than what he told me. His parting words were, "I just want to build a family with you," which absolutely gutted me. Wednesday afternoon, I checked his email. There was nothing. Nothing deleted bin or recovered deleted items in Outlook. Facebook was hard to look at. There were a lot of chat messages between the two of them spanning the last 8 months. When he added her on Facebook, overall, his messages were friendly. A few times he was flirty, but never spicy related or what I would consider too much for what should be friends. But hers were pretty clear in her meaning. The messages are clear. She's making some kind of play for him. I took screenshots of all the conversations. Don't worry, I triple checked for any deleted messages, hidden apps, or other messaging services, and deactivated his Facebook. I have his iPad. The iPad.
Dude.
They never remember to delete the messages on the iPad.
The iPad tells
dude,
all, bro.
like how many relationships have been destroyed for better
Yes.
because
Yes.
an iPad caught them red-handed, like so many.
Oh, shout out Steve Jobs, man.
Well, I have his iPad and was able to look at the messages on there. They appear to delete every 30 days, which left me with that to look at. Overall, the texts and chats line up with his story, but the whole exchange about the logistics makes me sick. She talks about making a baby as though it's a date, that she doesn't want it to be sterile or feel like she's being used. Her comments were inappropriate, but he never stopped her or corrected her. She even insulted me several times when he expressed concern about how I would feel, saying things like, "She's cold-hearted, and maybe you should just do this on your own so you don't have to worry about her rejecting the baby. Do this on your own with me."
Yeah. She clearly, like Sophia said, there is some ulterior motive. Is it she wants him? She's like romantically
wants
interested.
him.
Does she just want him as a sperm, as a baby
Yeah.
juice donor? It's something.
She wants him, but man, what a crazy move on her part.
Oh,
Crazy.
insane.
How old are all of them? Do we know? Did we get those ages?
I don't think so.
Sophia? I don't know if we
And
got
then
it.
also
32 male and 32 female.
okay.
Okay.
And then also, if she is just looking for like a baby daddy, for a donor, why go to? This is such a complicated situation. Go
Yeah.
to a single dude
Yeah.
that's like down that you like can.
But she's, it created the attachment with this guy from work,
Guess.
feels comfortable.
Yeah.
He didn't really stand up for me, but said that he didn't think I would do that. It was all very hard to read, but I feel better about my decision overall. By the way, if you want to feel better about your decision to spend more time with us,
Oh, God.
you should listen to full episodes of stories just like this. Just go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or your favorite podcast app and search OK Storytime. There's another relevant update, but John,
Yes, sir.
I feel like we're not quite getting away from the relationship with the speed that we may need.
Yeah, he is just. I feel like there's like a time and place in a relationship where the trust of them kind of like caring for you, is just like completely obliterated, and he's
obliterated it.
Nuked it.
Yeah,
just absolutely nuked it, and OP just needs it. And you know what? I think she's getting there, and she's realizing she's coming out of like being non-confrontational and not wanting to rock the boat, and I think
which is good. This is like character development, at least like on one side.
Yeah, thank God she caught it before they had. Imagine if they had a baby together.
Oh my God!
So thank God it was caught now.
We didn't really speak on Wednesday. He checked in a few times, but I let him know that we would talk Thursday morning. He let me know that he turned in his letter of resignation Wednesday morning.
Huh? So like basically being like, hey, I'm gonna cut her off so hard I'm quitting.
Yeah, I think he's trying. I think he knows how massively he effed up, and now he's like I'm gonna lose my wife.
Hail Mary.
Yeah, which is better than
not, I guess.
I think he is showing that he's choosing her. I just don't necessarily I don't think we have enough information to show that he's actually changed and is not manipulative.
Yeah.
But I do think he's trying to send a message to her like, hey, I'm choosing you. I don't care about this woman. Like, I'm cutting her out of my life.
Even that though, it's just the stupidity of that's gotta be damaging to his career. And that's also, the financial stability of both of them. I don't know. It's just.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. Miss Jaybird says he's making a lot of big decisions without talking to OP.
True. Why didn't he go to her and say like, hey, I'm willing to do this. Would this make you feel better? Da, 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 da.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I just think if I didn't hear the beginning of the story, came in the middle of it.
Whoa.
But I think if you guys, if there's ever a couple where one person doesn't want to have a child and one person does, that just cannot work.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like you guys have if that's a deal breaker for you, that cannot work.
Yes. He said it was a
That is
non-negotiable.
true.
Yeah, it was
That is
non-negotiable
true.
for him, and OP was clearly like, I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
But that's just a relationship that can't work.
Yeah.
With no matter the therapy, because you guys have
You just want different things.
Yeah.
Also,
Design.
Sophia, you're glowing, by the way.
Stop.
Yeah. It might be the light behind you.
You're positively glowing.
He hasn't heard from her, but doesn't intend to seek her out to say goodbye either. He apologized. He just thought he was doing the right thing and thought this would make me happy. I still feel extremely betrayed. He is dealing with loss and other things. We both agreed that our communication has really deteriorated in the past year and that we need to fix this. So no lawyer, no gym, just therapy for us. I do think we went to some pretty crazy dark places. I will say he does feel like he's at least improving a little bit. And I do think going to therapy is really important. And I do think she is taking back her power.
Yes.
I think he's made her feel very powerless in this. And, but yeah, I'm just, I think we need I think we need a lot of therapy and a lot of space to make this relationship work if we even think it should.
I think they have different values. I don't think it can work.
Yeah.
I don't think it can work. Maybe they could have gotten through all of this stuff had she wanted a child, but they just want different things.
Well, I think that's where that story ends.
My ex's new girlfriend clearly doesn't like me, and it's getting weird. Find a new friend group. My ex and I were together for just shy of 4 years. We shared bills, lived together, bought cars together, and we're raising our children together. This is like the level you're living with Nine was like level 1. This feels like level 2 of living together.
That's big. That's big.
By the way, this comes from Queen Panda Corn, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to r/OK Storytime subreddit. So he was my best friend. but he had a hardcore video game user addiction, 7 hours on weeknights, full days on weekends, and was super neglectful. Combine that with me being insecure and having an undiagnosed, at the time, autoimmune disease that messed with my mood, it did not go well. He initiated the breakup, saying it was because he just didn't love me anymore, and he loved League of Legends, World of Warcraft, and all the other games he played more than me. I agreed it was a good idea since I was pretty unhappy at that point. It was super messy at the beginning, but we eventually got to a point where we were okay. I'm just imagining him keeping the kids, it's just him playing Minecraft with them all weekend.
Steve.
Daddy, I'm hungry. There's chicken in the chest in the house. Eat that.
Chicken Jackie.
But Daddy, I want real food.
No.
My ex is an awesome guy, but a dumpster fire of a boyfriend.
Dude, what a sentence.
Part of our arrangement when we started combining finances was that if we broke up while I was in school, only working part-time, he would pay my car payment and insurance until I graduated. You have that in writing, OP.
Uh-oh.
This was his idea, and it took him a month to convince me to agree and get the car I needed. He assured me he would stick to this agreement as he still cared for me and my daughter and didn't want to screw us over.
Good.
He also made it very clear that he did not want our girls to stop spending time together since they spent most of their lives as sisters, and I fully agreed. So that was that. He and I were also on friendly terms. We still joke via text every now and then and shout about life when I drop off his daughter. As far as he and I go, we are good. Neither of us want the other back, and we are being mature about the whole situation. All right. Cool.
Great. I mean,
I love this.
hey, yeah.
This is what the Marriage Story movie wanted to be. Before you get married, you have to watch that. It has Scarlett Johansson and Adam Driver.
Right.
And it's a beautiful yet also very scary movie.
I have seen the hover over trailer partially.
If you watch it with your girl, make sure you guys are good.
We're rock solid.
And then watch it. And
Got
then
you.
You're going to have to probably address some things.
Noted. It's one of those movies.
It is one of those movies.
Got
but
you.
it's a neat
But it's a good one.
It's really good. But
Okay, nice.
you have to watch it.
Got you.
It scared me off from getting married for a couple of
Oh, snap.
Yeah. He started dating a new chick immediately after we broke up, which hurt a little. Oh. That did a whole 180 there.
Yeah, right?
He probably had one lined up.
Oh, God.
I didn't know.
She's a gamer girl. Sorry.
She's my Discord kitten. Keon, you know about this more than I do.
No comment.
I knew it. Oh, man.
I'm a Discord lion, baby.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
I didn't know this woman's name, what she looked like, or anything about her other than that she existed. Well, a few weekends ago, I was driving to my ex's to feed my dogs, which are with him until I can find a place for them, something else we both agreed on, and she happened to be sitting on the front porch. I felt super awkward and just kept driving. Now, being a girl who had just gone through a breakup, I will admit I was slightly tickled that this new girl appeared to be larger than me and very frumpy. Yes, I know it's a petty thought to have, and her appearance says nothing about who she is as a person. It had only been 2 months since we broke up, but I was still a bit hurt. I mean, I feel like, anytime anyone gets out of a breakup and sees a new person, it's like, oh my gosh, that person wears glasses?
Yeah, it's
Nerd.
It's a bit. We can give OP a little grace here, like.
I will say my ex's guy does look like a Walmart version of me, though. Like,
Yep.
I hate to say it, but that is how it is.
Great Value Riley, get out of here.
And it took me a year and a half before I could come to that conclusion. I didn't even look at the guy, but that's what everyone says. They're like, "This guy's you?" Like, what do you got to squint?
It's true. I have seen proof.
Yeah.
I concur.
Anyways, I found a funny meme on Pinterest. 2 women laughing with the text, "When you see his new chick," written at the bottom. I shared it to one of my boards because it made me LOL, and then it didn't really think about it until 3 days later when I get a notification that I have a comment on it. It was some woman going off on me, saying I am a fat, ugly, fake gold digger.
Uh-oh.
Hmm.
I think I know who might have made this comment.
It's then that I realized it's my ex's new girl.
I was right.
That she had been stalking my Pinterest since all of my other social media is private. Oh my
Ugh.
Pinterest.
Oh man, this is not good.
Oh my gosh. That's crazy. This really creeped me out since I know we all creep, but dang, you don't comment while you creep. So fearing I would lose access to a relationship with my ex's daughter and losing the friendship with my ex, I had formed. I find her on Facebook and sent her a message apologizing. I admitted that it was childish and that I really didn't mean anything by it. I told her I'm sure she is a wonderful person and that I didn't mean to hurt her feelings and let her know that I didn't want any drama with her. Well, this woman comes back with paragraphs of insults and threats, saying that she is going to make sure my daughter and I never see my ex's daughter again. She admitted that she has been stalking my social media for months and months pre-breakup, and that I'm a piece of crap.
Ooh.
Just really hardcore stuff. Not really a sane response to an apology after an offensive meme. You saw what I saw.
I'm clocking what you're clocking. She's been stalking her for months before the breakup. Why are you stalking her months before the breakup? And why was he so quick to get with her? Maybe because
we were monkey branching.
Cheating.
Oh, cheating too.
What's monkey branching?
Sort of like when a monkey's on one branch and then he's got another one lined up.
Oh, right. So he like tease it up, and then like dumps the girl and then goes right. So like basically it's manufacturing it so it looks like it's not cheating, but it's like, bro,
come on.
We know what you're doing. Come on.
Yeah. So at this point, I don't respond. I figure I make an attempt to be cool. It's out of my hands. But my sister informs me a week later that this woman has started posting stuff on her Pinterest about her boyfriend's crazy obsessive ex.
Oh no.
115 pins about me, to be precise, in less than 12 hours. All about how she's going to beat my butt and ruin my life.
Okay, this is getting into like get the police involved territory. It's quickly approaching that.
And on top of that, how she stole my man from me. Just a lot of crazy. Again, I ignore it all. Yeah. This guy's clearly not seeing with his right head here.
Oh, not at all. He's using the incorrect head. Fully incorrect head.
Well, another part of the agreement with my ex is that my daughter's school would retain his address as hers so she wouldn't have to go to a new school. I get a notification last week that my mail is being returned with wrong addresses written on the front. I panic. I text my ex and ask why he is returning my mail since that would probably lead to my daughter having to transfer schools. Oh yeah, dude. Every single agreement that you've ever had with this man, send it out the window. Gone.
Yeah.
He assures me that he's not. That came from my toe. Oh my gosh, dude. That was...
It just traveled all the way up your body.
I felt it, yeah.
Riley had a deep, guttural, full body traveled burp.
Wow. He assures me that he's not. I wonder who is then. He says he hasn't seen much mail come for me in the last couple of weeks. All I can think is that she's intercepting my mail when she's over there every night and returning it because she doesn't want me involved with my ex. And at this point, it has the potential to hurt my child.
Good point.
Not to mention, after seeing a picture of this woman, I found out I did know her. She used to follow me around my gym, also my ex's gym, giving me dirty looks and saying stuff under her breath at me. She actually made me so uncomfortable that I switched gyms. The creepy gym stalking started 8 months ago. 5 months before the breakup.
Dude, he cheated.
We got an actual stalker here.
Yes.
Big old stalker.
Oh yeah. Oh yes. Like this is full stalkerage.
I haven't mentioned any of this to my ex as I'm concerned he will think I'm making it up or that she'll convince him that I'm trying to break them up and he'll cut me off from his daughter. But I'm really concerned. He's canceled my plans to see his daughter this weekend and said he didn't know when he'll have time for us to see her. My daughter is devastated. She misses her sister. My concern is at this point that this woman's obsession is escalating. This has all happened in less than 3 weeks. Aside from the months of gym stalking, we went from an overreaction to a meme to stealing my mail and keeping me from seeing the child I helped raise for the last 4 years. What did I do? Do I keep remaining silent in hopes she'll calm down? What if she escalates further? Should I talk to my ex and let him know what has been going on? Or am I stressing over nothing? I don't know. The whole thing just feels really crazy and wrong, and I feel like I'm stuck. It'll make me sick to think that I may never ever see his daughter again, and my daughter will lose her best friend. Any constructive advice or suggestions would be appreciated. We got an update 6 months later.
Oh,
John, what's
yes,
the
sir.
first step we're taking here?
Bro, this is a tricky one because, like she said, it's kind of like a minefield right now where you don't want to lose contact with the daughter. You don't want to kind of tip her off and have her take any more drastic action. So
Yeah.
very, very careful. I wonder if there's other people potentially. I think this could be a great person. Ex's mom, who basically like a former mother-in-law, being like, hey, this is like your grandchildren are in danger right now. Like this woman is like legitimately crazy. Can you help me find a way to like truly tell him? And maybe his mom can like sit him down and be like, hey, here's everything that's happening. We need to be careful so as not to tip her off and have her go super crazy, but figure out a plan to like kind of get her out of your life because she seems dangerous.
Yes, I agree with that. I'm going to need to know more about how this relationship started. Talk to the ex, be like, hey, like, I have a few things that I left at your house. Can I grab them? Can I get the dogs? You find your new place, you get the dogs. And he'll be like, I just want to see you. Talk to him. Hey, we broke up. I'm not going to be mad at you. But when did this start so I can
I think
line it up?
Yeah, address the potential cheating later. Right now, it's just like getting him and the kids out of that situation.
Yeah, because
and OP.
the girl started, like, she switched because of this girl.
Yeah, which gyms.
And
Crazy.
it happened
8 months ago?
8 months ago. They broke up 5 months ago. So let's say like they met each other. Well, let's, I guess, go back to breakup point. Here's breakup point.
Yep.
5 months before the breakup. What if they met each other like 3 months before the breakup or 4 months before the breakup? Like this woman was around and the guy didn't even know. And then she like basically figured out a way to get into the guy's head. Or did the guy, here's the breakup.
Yeah.
Did the guy and the girl meet like a year before the breakup? And then it was like, that's where the
and then it
overlap
evolved
is.
into the full-blown cheating. And then I would probably guess, they like met way before even the gym stalking happened. And by the time the gym stalking was happening, they were in a full-blown cheating relationship.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, anytime I hear a crazy story like this happen, I feel like Keon has somehow experienced it or has been a part of this in some way, shape, or form.
Keon.
Definitely seen a friend go through this.
Again, no comment.
Just give me something.
Not like a stalker.
I'm telling you. I'm
Dude.
telling you.
What? He's a walking Reddit story.
Oh boy. Wow. I have to go in like the deep canals of my brain to really think that. I don't think I had a stalker, but I think my friend did have a stalker. Where it was like, that's kind of weird. I think it was in college, and like this one girl would follow a buddy freshman year in the dorms and like knock on his door and like I think they got married though. It's very weird. I wasn't friends with this guy. It was like he lived across from my room, and it was just very weird. It was very weird.
Wow.
Telling you.
I don't even remember the guy's name, but all I remember was like, I don't want to have any trouble with this guy. I don't want to be included with this guy because guess what? Oh, Carly had a stalker.
Did you have a stalker? I low-key have a stalker, but it's not really that big of a deal. I think she's gone now.
There was someone in high school that I'm sure was like pulling a prank on me.
Okay.
Yeah, they were like, "Oh, I know where your dresser is in your room."
I don't like your
"What?"
high school experience. Your high school experience scares me.
Florida, baby.
Oh.
That's how we do it.
That's just a normal day. That's a day. That's just a day that ends in Y in
You
Florida.
run from a gator, you get a stalker. It's par for the course, brother.
Goodness gracious. But we got the update right here,
please,
guys.
Please, I'm so curious.
Update. Well, it's been 6 months, and I think an update, my post is in order.
Mhm.
You were all correct. They were cheating. No monkey branches at all cheating. John called it. She was cheating on her husband. Now my ex was cheating on with me. Double cheating.
Yep.
For months, evidently. he would go to her office on his lunches and do her on her desk.
Oh.
She would
Oh, no.
she would explore with her taste buds in his car in the gym parking lot a lot. He would sneak her into my house while I was asleep and mess around with her. Super cool.
With the kids. Dude.
Jail.
Jail.
I'm more just grossed out than hurt. Like, we didn't stop being spicy related activities until about 2 weeks after the breakup. After the breakup? 2 weeks after? He had told me at one point he still loved me and had gotten confused and wanted to work it out. So he was sleeping with her at the same time as me. Ick. So since I just found out, I made an appointment to get checked. Lovely. When I found out, I texted him and told him I didn't want to speak to him anymore. And even though I loved his daughter like my own, I can't see his daughter anymore. I don't want my kid around him. And I don't think I can see him without wanting to hit him. Oh. And I know growing up, it's going to be like, why can't I see sister? Why?
Let me tell you why, little Billy. I'm not going to tell you. I'm not doing it.
It's Billette.
Billette. Hey, Billy could be a girl. Billie Eilish.
Oh, yeah. Okay, story Billy. I forgot about that. Me and my traditional man-male
Gender
names.
name conventions.
Gotta get out of my head.
How dare you?
I've also definitely lost my temper after finding that out and said some very not nice things about their life choices. Whoops. Anyways, I'm in the process of cutting the last couple of ties to him. Now he met his girlfriend at our gym. We all still go there. I have been going there for years and we all have gone at different times, so it's never been an issue. I literally haven't run into either of them at the gym since we broke up 10 months ago. And by the way, you don't ever have to break up with us. Where do you go after the story, John?
Spotify, Apple, iHeartRadio apps.
And look up these beautiful 11 letters.
Okay, story time.
And there, it'll be impossible for you to ever break up with us because we got thousands of hours of stories waiting for you.
Yes.
Last little bit. John, do you think that the ex is going to still pay for OP's car payments?
I mean, maybe, but like, it sounds like, and I totally agree with OP on this, it's like, it's not worth it. Like, just cut the ties. Like I get it. She's like, dude, you betrayed me. Again, put our kids in danger, put me in danger of like potential diseases. Like, so there's so many things. Now she's stalking me. Who knows what she'll do? Like, I can totally see her being like, look at all the damage you've caused. You're not the person I thought you were, the cheating.
Yeah.
So I just need to get away from you right now. I totally get it.
I would do that also. I would probably either write a letter to the daughter or keep tabs on the daughter because one, he's super neglectful.
Yeah.
That's why they broke up in the first place. Two, having this new person around the kid or she stalks you. You think she's going to be really nice to the daughter? I'm going to have to call the good old CPS. I mean, not harmfully, but just like if you see anything.
Yeah.
Probably.
If they can like keep an eye on the situation, that would be ideal.
And to be like, hey, you can't take care of her anymore. I'll take her in myself.
Yeah. No, 100%. Yeah. It sounds like OP would want to and be willing to do that. So again, if we can get like the mother-in-law or someone involved too, I think that could be potentially good. But also, yeah, this is a lot. This is not what OP asked for, that's for sure.
Not
or deserves
at all. Well, about a week after I found everything out, I'm at the gym and his girl comes at me like she's trying hard to start something, screaming and causing a scene, getting in my face. I just ignore her, keep doing my cardio. The owner eventually came and punted her out.
Nice.
Let's just say she doesn't go to my gym anymore, and I'm in the process of filing a cease and desist for intimidation.
Perfect.
So yeah, that's about it.
Wow.
Bro.
Dude, this was a crazy episode. Back to back crazy stories. Just call me Jen. I was having a rough day. Then I remembered I have y'all. Just call me Jen. My heart. Thank you. That is so sweet of you. And I remembered that we have you and everyone in the OK fam. Y'all are so great. Y'all are the best, truly. Just kidding. Everything is a lie. And I lied to you. But my God, a banger episode.
Yeah.
Absolute banger ep. So glad you guys could join us to explore that. And y'all are the best.
You guys really are the best.
You are truly so amazing. Shout out to Just Call Me Jen for her very sweet comment. And shout out to all of you for all of your sweet comments.
Yeah.
My wife cheated on me. Now she's blaming it on mind control.
He cast a spell with his eyes, his beautiful eyes.
Too powerful. First of all, I want to say I am not normally the person to post my business on the internet, but for reasons you will shortly see, I need a sanity check on this one. There's absolutely no way I can share this dilemma with anyone who knows me. It's too effed up, and I'm honestly reeling here. By the way, this comes from numberfantastic4992, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. So to try to make a long story short, my wife, 32 female, and I, 32 male, have been married for 5 years. No kids, but lately things haven't been so great. You don't say.
I wonder what could give us that impression.
The main issue, frankly, is there hasn't been any spicy sleep, and I keep talking to her about this, but she honestly seems completely indifferent, like she doesn't even care that I have needs.
Hey, you've got hands. That's her take.
Is that Jill or Tom Hands over there?
Yeah, when you're dating Tom Hands, that's what you're gonna get.
I ask her if she wants spicy sleep anymore, and she just shrugs. Oh, no.
Man.
Maybe.
Oof, when they tell you the worst she can say is no, and then she does that instead.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, maybe's worse. At the same time, she has been going to the gym more, highlighting her hair, wearing more makeup, clothes, etc., which to me seems like signs of cheating when combined with not having spicy sleep with me at all. Poll! Cheating or not? Just purely looking at this in a vacuum, disregarding...
I'm gonna say nah. You know what this feels like to me? It feels like gut check here. It feels like, when it's like, well, my partner's not sleeping with me, and now she's like going to the gym and dressing nicer. It's like, maybe she's just like leaning into her, fierce era, You're
100%.
like, I'm here. I'm doing my thing. I don't need my man to give me permission to do my thing.
Right?
But also, she's going to cheat on this guy.
Frankly, I started to get fed up with the lack of respect and interest and consideration, above all, the lack of communication. Like, she just won't talk to me about this. So while I'm not proud, I did check her phone and discovered very clear evidence that she is cheating on me with a male coworker of hers. But in a total 50 Shades Club way, where she is calling him master and stuff like that. Totally not my thing, and honestly really upsets me way more than just cheating that she would be calling another man master. Obviously, for me, this was the final straw, and I knew there was no coming back from this. I just wanted a divorce, and I wanted it right away. No kids, might as well start over while we're young. So I confronted her the next day after a night of stewing and sweating on the couch. Oh God, no spicy sleep had. And here's where the really effed up part starts. As soon as I brought up her coworker, my wife started sobbing and says she is not cheating on me on purpose, but rather is under mind control.
She must work at the mind control factory. They're building the mind control technology, and they're like, he's using the prototype to make me want him.
Mega Mind strikes again with that superior brain of his. Double entendre.
Big old brain. Superior.
Triple entendre.
Superior brain.
Yeah, big head. Well, so we've established that there was cheating under mind control, allegedly.
Right. Right. Which changes everything.
Changes everything. Let's investigate further, shall we?
Yes.
So she said he literally put her under hypnotic control so that whenever he says certain trigger words, she goes into a trance, giving her suggestions that she will carry out even when they're not together. So I'm obviously like, what the F?
Yeah. I'd be like, so y'all did that while you were in the boudoir? And now you want to bust out the, no, he hypnotized me.
I said, I was obviously like, what the F? Because that crap doesn't exist. right?
Oh, that's where you're wrong.
She's telling me this so confidently as if everyone just knows you can go around mind controlling your coworkers and that's a thing that happens, but it's not, right? So I have absolutely no idea what to say to this, but I asked her if this was true, why did she never tell me before? And she said the control stopped her. So why can she tell me now? She says she doesn't know because she doesn't remember all of his instructions, but he may have let her tell me if I specifically asked, or it may be that the control was broken because it was too emotionally intense.
Oh, brother.
I just honestly did not believe all of this at all, and I don't even know what to do with this excuse. Like, I've never heard any crap like this in my life. But my wife couldn't tell that I didn't believe her, and she started crying and saying I didn't trust her, and she wants to get out of the control, and if I can't help save her from him, then she'll have to leave him and never do anything like that again. I mean...
Here's what happened. They did this for fun, doing a little... Bounce, down, down, and
okay.
She's flailing because she's being confronted with it, and she's like, oh wait, no, actually, I was hypnotized, and now I'm gonna freak out.
I see what you're saying. So in one of their spicy sessions, they maybe had some little, hypnosis, whatever.
He's like,
stuff.
I'm gonna hypnotize you to increase your sensation.
And she's like, I'm technically telling the truth because we did do a hypnosis thing. If he ever asked the guy, it's like, oh yeah, I did do this hypnosis thing.
It's nonsense.
I need to believe it's not her fault because she would never do that to me. So basically at this point, I just left and went to my brother's house and told her I need to get away from this right now. She's been texting me since, begging me to believe her. And I just told my brother I found out she was cheating and he said I can stay as long as I want, but there's no way I can tell him all of this crazy crap. So my question is, what the F? First of all, am I the a-hole for not believing my wife? Is this something that can really happen? I know hypnosis is used by psychologists and magicians, but don't you have to consent to be hypnotized? I can just imagine if we called the cops about this, they would laugh in our face. I feel sick thinking about this either way, but even if it's not true, does my wife honestly believe this? And if she honestly believes she is under control, should I forgive her even if it's not true? Ladies and gentlemen, we have an update, but first question we have to answer, am I the a-hole for not believing my wife?
No. You're either dealing with someone who has legit powers or your wife is cheating on you and freaked out when you confronted her and attached onto this. Because that makes more sense than I'm a bad person and I cheated on you.
I think that this is such an insane situation. I feel like OP's kind of previous thing of let me just get out as smoothly and cleanly and effectively as possible. Because I feel like any more time spent with this person, it's so, I don't know. Once you say I'm hypnotized, I don't know what we can do from there, where we can work from there.
Yeah, I don't know where we're going. But anyway, it's a nonsense scenario. She's cooked.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the dinger on the oven has just gone off, and we're going to see how cooked she really is. Let's get into this update.
Oh, boy.
Ding! So a couple of people asked for updates, and I was initially reticent, but after everything that happened, I wanted to share what I learned. I appreciate people's input, especially on the hypnosis part and how that works. But to be honest, I think most of y'all were a little harsh on me, and it was kind of a dumb move on my part to post the situation online when nobody replying knows me or my wife at all.
I think y'all were a little harsh on me. The internet, the voice of people talking on the internet, right there. I feel like maybe that was a little harsh.
Maybe I was crucified unnecessarily. Bro got his girl hypnotized and she cheated on him. What, guys, let's give him a break. Let's give him a little break. Yeah. So I wanted to update and shed some light on all of that. So to get the obvious out of the way, we are getting divorced. This is good. I spent a few days at my brother's house, and while originally I said there was no way I would ever tell him, finally we got pretty wasted, and I spilled everything and showed him the text from my wife too, where she was insisting that she was under control and that she would never choose to do this to me. To his credit, he didn't mock or make fun of me at all, and since unlike Reddit, he actually knows my wife, his perspective was honestly helpful and gave me some things to think about that I hadn't considered before. And I kind of wish that I had just talked to him in the first place, but I was so humiliated. I could only talk about it anonymously. But here's what he said. He agreed that my wife is very weak and a gullible person, someone who can be easily manipulated, and maybe she believed she was mind controlled, but he said that doesn't make her innocent on this. I mean, that is definitely at least a more plausible scenario. If you're like literally the most gullible person on planet freaking Earth.
Right.
Maybe.
That's the other half of it is, okay, so she's just gullible, but now it's like my wife is so gullible she can get hypnotized by her coworkers.
Yeah, into cheating on me.
Yeah, so
I still don't want to stay. Yeah. Where are we at? It's a wash. He made a comparison to people who join cults or spend thousands of dollars in online romance scams. The latter one hit home because we have a relative who was involved in this. Their families and loved ones try to get them out and show them the facts, but they continue rationalizing and believing what they want to believe for the sake of fantasy of the romance or the religion. They may be a victim, but they're not innocent. And I get it. I can absolutely see that kind of behavior in my wife, where she is willing to excuse and stick up for people who treat her like dirt, but not stick up for herself or the people who are important to her, to where she is willing to stay under the thumb of anyone who will think for her and make decisions for her. So the way we got together is I kind of saved her from a bad relationship she was in. And I think she's kind of addicted to the dynamic, to be honest, letting someone control her or being saved. So I realized after talking to my brother, even if my wife believes she is mind controlled, can I really go on with my life with someone who would let herself be this deluded to maybe risk our finances, our future children's safety, etc.?
No.
We can't do it. I don't think I ever would have stayed with her after this, obviously, but my brother's advice really made things clear to me in a way that I hadn't thought of before. So now, what happened with my wife? You might be asking.
Yes. Did she develop mysterious powers of her own?
I did have to go back to our place and get some of my stuff. And honestly, I did want to talk to her, I guess, to try to get closure and make her hear my perspective and maybe try to shake some sense into her one last time. Like, I do still care about her and I want her to try and figure her crap out and never do something like this again. So we talked, and the first thing I told her was that we are getting divorced and she could not change my mind. Can't change your mind, you say? What if I hypnotize you? Dude.
Yes, and then my wife put her fingers to her temple and then suddenly I started thinking this was fine.
You will stay married to me and let me sleep with my super hot coworker because he's a dime piece.
Yeah, all of a sudden her head started pulsating and my thoughts suddenly changed.
So the first thing I told her was that we were getting divorced and she could not change my mind. There was a lot of crying after that. Next, I asked her if this was all a lie or did she really believe she was hypnotized? Because I very bluntly told her mind control is not real and hypnosis doesn't work unless you consent to it. And I said, okay, why didn't you tell me or someone to get help? And she said his control prevented her. I told her that if she really believed this is true, she needed to contact her HR department and the police. Indeed. But I think she just needs mental help. And she is willing to sacrifice our marriage for her spicy related fantasy. And I hope one day she can admit that it was her fantasy. She didn't argue too much with that, but she didn't admit it either. And she showed me her text to the guy where she told him his control was broken and it was over. He said, and I quote, "That's fine. I already got everything I wanted anyway."
What's going on here? Is this guy a hypnotist criminal?
So she ruined our happiness for someone like that. A hard pill to swallow for me and for her. So I told her I had to go, and she asked if we could stay in touch or be friends, and I said no.
You'll have to hypnotize me for me to be down for that.
Got him. We will talk through lawyers from now on, not to be harsh, but I don't want to feed her fantasy that I will still save her somehow, but I encouraged her to get help. By the way, if you want help to live your best life with 2,000 stories, fortunately or unfortunately, just like this, go to Spotify, Apple, iHeart, search OK Storytime and listen to 2,000 episodes of your favorite podcast.
Yes.
It's the best binge on earth.
At the same time.
That's what it sounds like.
Yes.
Get ready.
Sweet symphony.
But we do have a little bit left here, Dakota. But I am to know you and producer Keon's closing thoughts on this insane story.
Don't let yourself get hypnotized, dude. You never know. One day you're just going to wake up robbing a bank in Nova Scotia. You're going to say, "Oh God, I shouldn't have talked to Jerry in accounting." Now I'm hypnotized robbing this bank. Shouldn't have done it. Look, this is crazy, and yeah, she needs to figure out what has driven her to pursue this in her life, and then hopefully change her pattern of behavior.
Yeah.
Because it's definitely got to be a crazy control thing. She needs someone to tell her what to do.
Yeah. I honestly, this is above my pay grade on this one. I don't even know. Keon, what are your closing thoughts?
This is one of the craziest lies, like you said, John. I've never heard anything where just take it. Like, yeah, you got caught. Great, you got caught, but now you're just gonna look dumb and get caught. Congrats.
Yeah, right.
I don't know. That's one of the craziest things. I was hypnotized. Sorry, that's on you, love. You know?
just the complete like, no, wait, it's not what it looks like. I'm hypnotized. But I can tell you about it now, but not before, but now because blah 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 blah, because of the position of the moon and the stars, I have broken the spell.
Mercury is in Gatorade.
Yeah.
We are free.
Also, the guy that she cheated with, the hypnotist, after him saying that, I want to talk to this guy. I want to go up to him and like, yo, you are a scumbag.
Yeah. This guy is filthy.
Clearly,
because who else
will fall?
If he is actually a hypnotist, who else is he doing this to?
I truly think we need a little investigation on him because he's. It's too sus. It's beyond just like dating a person's spouse, like, or hooking up with a married person's spouse, I should say. But ladies and gentlemen, we have a finale to this insane saga.
Yeah.
Let's dive right into it, boys.
Go.
As for me, I'm going to stay single for a while. And to be honest, I should probably rethink what kind of woman I want to and try to find a gal who is more independent and doesn't need to be saved, per se. But in the meantime, I always wanted a dog, and my soon-to-be ex-wife is allergic, so I think I am going to start there.
My wife is planning an affair, but she doesn't know that I already know.
Gasp.
Before being married, my wife and I texted some spicy photos and videos to a guy she used to hook up with before she met me. She still had the hots for her, and it was something that we did together to spice up our spicy sleep life. By the way, this comes from user throwawaysadguy123, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. So, he sent us back really nice notes and got really into us. Which is always good to receive positive feedback.
Yeah, he's like, hey, here's some notes. Your angle if you just shifted your angle 3 degrees. Oh, God.
Yeah, and that made her feel good. This was something that we did together, so we both got a benefit. She was a lot more frisky, more confident, and we had some amazing spicy sleeps. I suppose it excited me to know that I had something that he wanted, as stupid as that sounds. After that experience, she was very open that he would text randomly, but she never responded. She even showed me the phone to prove that she was honoring our relationship and not doing anything behind my back.
Okay.
Now, fast forward 3 years, and we are married.
Whoa.
I approached my wife in October about our spicy sleep life, losing passion. My wife is the type of girl where we can talk about these sorts of things and be completely open and honest with one another. She understood, and we promised to work on it. Yeah, she understood that she was going to go call that guy.
Oops. Yeah, I'm going to get my spicy sleep life better. Hello, other guy.
Yes. Hello, guy who would give me those great notes all the time. Make me feel good? Yes.
I've got a new piece for some new notes.
Around Halloween time, she mentioned it might be fun to text that same guy, Eric. I was game because it worked so well for us last time. We sent him a video/picture, and my wife got real excited about it. And we had some crazy horizontal mambo.
Oh.
Everyone likes getting attention and feeling attractive, so I get why she had that reaction. I sometimes wish I would get noticed more by the opposite gender. However, this time the texting continued beyond that one day. She was very open and honest with me that they would check in with each other and text a little throughout the day. After this went on for about a week, I confronted her about him and all the texting. She confessed that they had been texting more and that she was really enjoying the conversation and attention from him. I told her that I would prefer her to keep the attention more spicy related, like sending pictures, opposed to talking about real life things. Okay, that's so funny. He's like, so I saw the messages and like, yeah, all the pictures and stuff. Those were great. But what's up with you telling him about that dentist appointment?
Bro is living it in opposite world. He's like, hey, listen, you can't talk about this like cool new show that you've been watching that you think is like a good rec or whatever. But like, if you just keep taking pictures of your badonkadonk for him, that'd be amazing.
Yeah. 17 badonkadonk photos. Cool.
Amazing.
You're talking about which toothpaste you prefer? What's up with that?
That's too real.
That's for me.
That's real.
Those are for me.
Wow.
I said I would feel more comfortable if this was purely a spicy related thing and that she wasn't off having an emotional affair. She agreed and reiterated that the guy lives out of the country and she isn't interested in leaving me for him or jeopardizing our marriage. It's just refreshing to talk to someone new and he makes her feel good. After this period, I noticed that she has been a little weird with her phone, going in other rooms to text, taking the phone with her in the shower, and really not letting it out of sight. The very next day, she sent me 2 very spicy photos and a video, which was totally out of character. I'm like, hey, what are you doing sending that to me? Send that to Eric. Those aren't for me.
You're so right.
I want to know about what Becca, your coworker, said this morning when you guys were eating snacks.
Dude.
I figured that she probably just made them for him and just sent them to me too.
Oh no.
All right. Okay, that's just an interesting arrangement.
Sloppy seconds.
When I asked her about it, she said that she made them only for me, that she was just trying to do something nice. I called her bluff, and she showed me her phone. And sure enough, the pictures were not there in her text to him. However, I took it one step further and asked to see her computer, which also shows her texts, and voila, there they were.
God.
She lied to me, sent him the photos too, and then deleted the texts off of her phone, not realizing that those texts would still exist on her computer. We had a very long talk about boundaries at this point. I told her that if she continues to talk to him, then she needs to be honest with me, that there shouldn't be anything that she says to him that would hurt my feelings or that she would want to hide. She also promised never to ever see him or call him, just send flirty texts. I explained that if I ever found out that they met or were intimate, I would be devastated and it would be the end of our 2-year marriage. I reiterated that these spicy photos is something that we used to do together that benefited us both. And now it seems to be single-sided. After this point, I got really suspicious of her since I already caught her in one lie. So I thought of a plan. I got her old computer out of the closet, which still had her Apple ID auto-filled so I could monitor their messages. I would do this monitoring when she was not around and there was no risk of getting caught snooping through her phone or primary computer. I was devastated. They talk about work, her business, my dog, and random stuff. I mean, yes, there were a lot of spicy related stuff too, but I was devastated because you could tell she actually has feelings for him.
Hey, Dakota, I've got an idea. Let's go to a bank robber and secretly plant a camera in his hat and we'll see him robbing banks.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to be, if he robs a bank, I'm going to be devastated.
I'm going to be completely
I'm going to be
so crestfallen.
Floored. I'm just shocked beyond belief.
Hollowed out.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, I can't believe it.
Man.
They would often reminisce about how much chemistry they had and how the spicy sleep was amazing. She even admitted that she's bummed when she doesn't hear from him. Brother, they just said that they're sleeping together. You just glazed over that.
Oh, something was glazed over.
Oh, you got it. I teed it up. You took it home. There we go. To be fair, she never badmouthed me, our marriage, or said anything negative about me at all. But the real devastation occurred when she asked if he would ever be interested in meeting up. She asked him, not the other way around. She's sending him naked photos already all day. I'm concerned from that already. Oh, yeah. She even joked that they would have to meet in a very public place because her clothes wouldn't last 5 minutes, to which he replied, you'd be in trouble even in public. Now, 2 months have passed? 2 months have passed?
Yeah, we have to keep going.
I'm leaving the 5 minutes after I read that.
Dakota,
I'm out.
We have to stay in the marriage.
I'm out.
We have to stay for life.
5 minutes after I read, my clothes aren't lasting 5 minutes. It's sent by my wife to another guy who she's told me she's not. Don't worry about this guy.
Don't worry about him.
I'm leaving.
Just keep going.
I can't recover from that internally.
Hey.
I'm broken from that. Saying, ooh, gonna go ahead and try to rebuild myself for 2 years and then try that again.
Quitters never quit.
Wow. Holy crap. Now, 2 months have passed.
Here we go.
And they've been chatting pretty much every day.
Perfect.
They have brought up the meeting several times and hammered out a date, December 28th, as he will be in town near where her dad lives. She did mention that they need to go over rules, but no specifics were mentioned. His reply was, no panties is rule number 1.
Oh, no.
What is going on?
Brother, is this your kink? I don't know how you do this for 2 months without it being something you're kind of enjoying.
I think we need to try it for 20 more years and see how it plays out.
This entire time, I've been trying to act normal around my wife, even though I am really, really hurting on the inside. I'm doing my best to keep cool. I even make snide remarks like, maybe you should go text your boyfriend and stuff like that. We even had a conversation that I worry she thinks about him more than me, and that when we're intimate, she is thinking of him. She said I was acting crazy, and that isn't the case at all. That I get her going, and that they don't really text much anymore, which is a lie because I read them all and know that they text almost every day. Hey, listeners, if that sounds like you, break up with your partner. If you're spying every day on your partner and her new boyfriend, it's time for you to get a new relationship.
Hey, I want to put cameras in my house so someone can rob me of all of the valuables that I don't want to lose, of my prized possessions and all my money, but I don't want to stop them. I just want to keep looking at the security footage and watching them walk away and doing nothing about it. That's what I want to do.
I just want to be a part of the hit early 2000s Discovery lifestyle show, It Takes a Thief. Now that their rendezvous is approaching, I don't know what to do. Leave. She has already told me that she plans to take time off work after Christmas. When I pressed the issue, she said that she just wants to spend time with me and have a staycation. I'm guessing that she will lie on the 27th or 28th and say that her dad is sick and that she wants to go check on him or something like that. I feel like I need to know the truth. Is she going to meet with him, even though it would violate the boundary we set? Brother, you know the truth! I just need to know the truth. If I took this hammer and smashed my hand with it, would the bones in my hand be broken?
I'm having a mental crash out right now.
We don't. It broke all my bones the first 11 times, but what about the 12th?
No one's ever done this 12 times.
Exactly. It might change.
Truly, I am an adventurer of science. Do I hire a PI to investigate and document the encounter? You should just cut yourself a check and pay yourself for all of the sleuthing you did. Yeah, this is, do I hire a PI is the craziest thing I've heard in this whole story. You've already done all of the I. There's nothing left. There's no I left to do in that.
Oh my God.
It's over.
Oh.
You found it. You won. Do I just monitor their texts and see if any exchanges indicate intimacy? If I confront her now, I feel like the truth would haunt me forever. I feel like I have to know if she's a cheater. We have no kids, however, we do each own our own separate and unrelated businesses. I make much more than her, and I have another house in my name from before I met her. I don't know if I want to walk away or make it work. I don't think I can forgive her for having a premeditated affair and violating terms we had specifically outlined. What if they aren't intimate and they keep things innocent? Should I still feel violated? And there's an update.
Oh, I really wanted comments.
We already know exactly what we're thinking and how we feel.
What was
here,
that?
right?
What was that line? Oh, I want to know if she's a cheater.
Yeah, I think she's cheating on you, dude. I think she might be. She's figured out how to cheat on you when, like, sending spicy texts isn't even cheating.
That's true.
So she's really found a hole in the fence here.
She's really just like going for it. Like she's like, I will make sure that I cheat on this person, but do we really know?
I think we do.
Do we have enough
I think if you're on the vibes of, I've even let them send spicy messages and I'm still like, is this okay? It's not okay. It's not okay. It's not. And she is okay with that.
Yeah. I'm confused. I'm just completely lost with this man. Because if he likes it, then it's like, all right, just maybe he's like ashamed. I don't know what the case is. But then on the other hand, if he's truly asking, like, is this cheating? It's like, brother, yes.
Okay, let's do an update, folks.
Here we go.
We're still doing this story. We've got an update. I took into consideration all of your comments and decided that I would confront her without divulging everything I know. Ooh. I approached her and asked if she was still texting Eric, and she replied, on occasion. While this isn't entirely truthful, it was at least a step in the right direction. I went on to say that I was really uncomfortable with the whole situation and that I felt she was talking to him too much behind my back, that I didn't even realize that she was still texting him and that obviously she was doing a better job at being discreet about it. She got kind of defensive, saying that their conversations are completely innocent and that he lives far away and there's no way that they could ever meet. Again, this is a total lie. My response to her was, if the conversations are totally innocent and you value and respect our marriage, then you should have no problem stopping all communications with him. You could tell she was upset about the whole situation and even brought up the topic later that day. She asked again why she has to stop talking to him when everything was innocent, and then later called me controlling. She then showed me the messages back and forth between her and Eric. Immediately, I knew that she had filtered many of the messages back and forth, both getting rid of the most risque stuff and reducing the frequency. After this, I asked her point blank to her face if she had altered or deleted any of the messages. She looked at me with a really sad face, paused, and said, yes. Then she started to cry and came clean on everything. She admitted that she had feelings for him and that she really does enjoy talking to him. She also admitted that he had asked to meet and that it was something that she sort of wanted to do. And this is somewhat untrue since she was the one who asked if he wanted to meet. She said she wanted to meet him to see if there was any leftover chemistry and to get closure. She said she was mostly curious what it would be like to see him, not that she would go there to specifically have the spicy sleep with him. And by the way, you can specifically go listen to full episodes with stories just like this on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to stories or podcasts. Just search OK Storytime to find us and our archive of over 2,000 episodes full of delicious drama goodness.
Delicioso.
But we do have a little bit more story here. John, Keon. We all know what we're thinking. We all know what we're feeling. But like, what would you say to someone, your friend sits you down and is laying this out in front of you?
Yeah.
What do you say to them once they have taken a breath?
I think we might have to stand up and walk out the door.
Dang, you just stand up and go, I got to get some air out front.
I think I'm legitimately like, dude, like, is this like why? I get that. That's truly the only word that can come to my brain now is why, because I don't understand. it's like back in school, right? They had like the answer sheet to the test. You gave me the answer sheet and you're like, but what are the answers though?
Right.
We haven't.
They're in your hands. You're holding the answers. They're right in front of you and you're going like, what is this language? What are these symbols?
I know what I'm doing.
I don't know what I'm looking at.
I know what I'm doing. I'm staring at bro like this.
Let's go.
For all of our listeners, Keon just pulled up a picture of Donkey from Shrek. Just blank face, staring straight ahead.
Looking like a wall.
After she came clean and opened up about mostly everything, I felt much better about the situation.
Let's go.
What?
Let's go.
No.
Keep going.
She promised that she would stop talking to him and would not see him. I looked her in the eye and told her that if she doesn't cut ties with him, or if she sees him, that I would file for divorce.
Scary threats.
She still does not know that I am monitoring their conversations and know everything from start to finish, and that is the end of the story. Oh my God.
My sister confessed her affair without any remorse, so I exposed her.
Ooh. I don't know who to be more upset at, the cheater or the person who like broke someone's trust.
I'm not even sure what to do, if I should even do anything or can at this point. My sister and husband have been married for 10 years. My sister has worked in realty for about 2 years now. She started in a good company and she genuinely loves what she does for people. By the way, this comes from Deleted, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to r/OKStorytime subreddit. So she worked in a team, and each team had partners. She was partners with some guy. Let's call him Dan. Dan is young, about 24 to 25, and my sister is 29.
I mean, that's not abnormal. Just two people in their 20s.
Yeah.
It's not like it's...
But the combination of a young guy with slightly older, more mature woman.
That's very normal. That's very typical.
He's very attractive, and they've obviously had to spend a lot of time together because their work requires a lot of interaction with each other and other people. He's extremely flirty, and they ended up getting touchy.
Uh-oh.
She let herself get caught up into it since she mentioned her marriage was going on a downhill slope for some time now. She ended up falling for the guy, and they would send each other songs to dedicate to the other, and she would go out late to clubs with friends, and he would be there, and they would kiss and stuff.
Kissing stuff is wild. Whoa. Okay.
Eventually, it led to what, Dakota?
It led to the spicy tango.
And she would lie to her husband and tell him she was with our sister-in-law. Let's call her Carol. And in turn, Carol would have to lie to my sister's husband, John. Oh, no.
Dang, so, and she's just offering all this up like for free? Like she just had to get this off her chest? Like why is she telling all this to her brother now? Where is this coming from?
Which made crap complicated because John is Carol's boss. Oh, so their work relationship was strained as well. Anyway, in reality, she would be with Dan effing all the time. And she went as far as to have spicy sleep with him in her own apartment. Girl, it messes me up because she genuinely feels no remorse. She doesn't realize the full consequences. John suspected something with Dan, but he could never find proof. She's always with her cell phone. And she's very, very meticulous and a good liar and manipulator. He stays clueless. Fast forward to about 6 months ago. She changed companies. Dan effed her over and got a girlfriend, and her heart was broken.
Oh, well.
How am I supposed to be with my boyfriend and with you whenever you have a girlfriend?
Easy come, easy go.
Imagine experiencing a breakup while with your partner.
You experience a breakup while you're not broken up with your actual boyfriend. I mean, look, your brother, she's probably coming to you for this for some level of advice.
I don't think we got to that part.
Does she really not have any remorse whatsoever?
Let's say you work for a company, right? You're working, you're remote. They don't really see what you're doing, but they're like, he's working for me. And then you're over here working for another company and getting paid extra. And you're like, ooh, I'm working the system. This company will never know I'm not working for them, but I'm like getting money on the side here, doing freelance, da 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 da. And then your freelance gig goes away. You ain't getting that extra income. You're like, oh, She already got this other income. That's what she feels right now.
Mm.
She's like, whatever. I don't care about this other company. They think I'm being busy.
I don't know. It's just
She's an entrepreneur.
it's an entrepreneurial situation.
Exactly. That's how she's viewing this. Well, she's heartbroken. She goes to this new company, which is all fun and dandy. She loves it. Then she starts getting too friendly with her boss, Mark. Mark is an old man, around 40, married, with 3 kids. However, they flirt anyways. Of effing course. She likes him because he's manly and older. He's good at spicy sleep, too, apparently.
Hey, so she rebounded from one affair to the next affair like that?
Entrepreneurial mindset. If you have a company that's paying you money and you need freelance work to get your buzz off, you gotta find that. You gotta flip that real quick.
It's a growth mindset.
It's an entrepreneurial mindset.
It's all about the grind. She just got confused about what kind of grind they were talking about.
She begins her new and recent affair. However, she actually thinks she's in love with him. They went on a trip for work for a week, and she showed me how they danced and kissed, and he got extremely romantic with her, saying they brought a romance back home. At a point, my stomach began to hurt. She looked so excited, giggly, and thrilled from the adrenaline of her lust and secrecy of her effed up actions. I honestly don't think she has much of a consciousness at this point, but that's just me.
Brother, where are you at with your counsel? You're supposed to be there to be like, hey, this is all wrong. This is misplaced. You are setting yourself up for a huge mess and pain and suffering. Not just you, but a whole other family. Do you not see that?
He low-key might be the guy that doesn't give advice unless they say, hey, so what do you think of that? That was me for a while.
I just don't know. It feels like you need to be saying things immediately.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I honestly don't think she has much of a conscience at this point, but that's just me. Now, my sis and John are splitting up, not divorcing. She moved into a townhouse with a girl in which she got all the furniture, and John agreed because it was the right thing to do. And John is moving into an apartment alone. They haven't filed divorce papers. We were eating dinner alone one night, and he told me, I told your sis I wasn't going to give up even if it unalived me. I know I can't love someone else. And he was going to wait for her. He has been writing her letters. He was crying and everything. Bro was down bad. I need to see a picture of this woman right now.
Oh, Lord.
So now I'm stuck on the sidelines watching this disaster unfold. I feel bad for my nieces who know that mommy doesn't love daddy anymore. And for John, who's been like a brother to me since I was 7. I think he needs to know now and that she has to tell him. But she said she never will. And I told her the truth will come out somehow. Her reply was, whatever. If it happens, it happens. She doesn't realize she's still pretty financially dependent on him. And he's an amazing guy. She doesn't realize that what she's doing is a mistake. I told her to put the guy out of his effing misery. He needs to know the truth. And I'm so tempted to tell him. My boyfriend said to leave an anonymous note somehow. But that also would feel wrong. I don't know what to do or what to think of this whole thing. It makes me so sick. Edit, posted the wrong subreddit, still new here. Ugh. Also, she told me, so I showed me the matching tattoo she got with the guy today.
Oh my
she
God.
showed me 2 minutes ago.
Oh my God.
We have an update. We have
my
a
God.
freaking update. Dude, you
Oh
know
my
what
God.
to do. What's the hard thing to do right now, Dakota?
All of it. It's all hard.
No,
what do you
but
mean?
what's like the hard next action to do?
What are you talking
Tell
about?
John.
Right. It's all hard. To tell John, to not tell John, to tell her to tell John. It's all hard.
Well, the hardest thing to do is to tell John. And you have to do that. You have to do
Honestly,
it. You have
at
to
this point-
ultimatum this.
With the context that was provided there where it's like he's been like a brother since you were 7, it's like, all right, now that's another equally like trust bound relationship as the one that you have with your sister. But it sounds like you are awful at convincing or telling people to do things. Because what? It's like,
Yeah, work on your advice, man.
the fact that your sister feels nothing, I don't know. It's like it's your parents' job to raise your siblings, right? But it's like you're her older brother. Like you're supposed to be part of her moral compass. Like you need to be giving her more active counsel here. And if she really is fully in the camp of, I don't care, whatever happens, if it comes out, it comes out, then yeah, at this point, she does need to face the music. And if she's not going to do it herself, you need to be the one to do it here. Especially if you actually value John's friendship and like have known him for so long. Oh my God.
We got an update. All right, first of all, I want to thank all the people who actually gave sound and proper advice. And I want to point out to those who claim that I did not /care/ give a crap about John, that I truly don't consider him my brother, that I'm a horrible person, and that you don't know my whole life story. You shouldn't judge others. That being said, the next time my sister gossiped to me about her latest date with Mark, yeah, they're still going together and going strong, as she puts it, and he left his wife too. I told her I didn't agree with what she did at all. I told her she was a compulsive liar and she should seriously seek professional help with her narcissism, lack of consciousness, and egotistical tendencies. Surprise? She isn't only full of herself in this situation, but with everything else in life. I also mentioned how I know she must know it's wrong and how she's capable of lying for so effing long, and she should just divorce John and put him out of his effing misery. She told me she knows and that she feels bad and that she's going to file for divorce, etc. I asked her, are you ever going to tell John? She said to me, I feel bad about the whole thing, but there's no reason to tell him now because it's pointless.
Oh.
My blood boiled, but all I said was, okay. At that point, I realized she was hopeless to talk to. Mind you, she's 11 years younger than me, and although her maturity is practically non-existent as the past couple of years, she acts like a love-struck 13-year-old constantly. She thinks of me below her. My family has always ingrained the thought that you are older, you can do whatever you want. If someone calls you younger, it isn't okay, and they have no right to do so, simply because you are younger than you. Okay, so OP is 19. He's not 39.
There's got to be something going on here, yeah.
Yeah, so OP is 19, she's 29, older.
Well, that makes more sense as to why he was not really putting the screws into the counseling there.
Mhm.
It's like you're the younger brother. That makes more sense now.
She's not going to listen to you. I got fed up with everything, so the next time I saw John, I told him we were sitting down relaxing. No one else was around us. He started talking about my sister again, but I stopped him. It went like this. Listen, I'm going to be honest with you, and I understand if you never want to speak to any of us again, but my sister has been cheating or was and has been lying to you for the past couple of years. First with Dan, and you know Dan, and I know you got a gut feeling. It was right. Now with Mark, whom you may also know, and she claims she's really in love with him. I'm sick of tired of keeping quiet because it isn't fair, and I feel like you won't let go until you know for sure. He stayed quiet and looked down at the table. He said, I always knew she was being unfaithful. I had the feeling, but I never wanted to admit it because of your sister, or was the love of my life. I had 2 beautiful girls with her, and I kept thinking that things would get better. I guess I was wrong. This post is already too long, so I basically apologized to him numerous times, and he said he didn't blame me because he knows how unreasonable my family is, and I was only 16, and I'm still only starting college now. He also thanked me for being honest with him, and that he knew deep down there was no repairing things with my sister. I asked him if he would confront her, knowing very well I would get in trouble for spilling the beans, but at this point, I don't effing care. Why continue to be part of a sick lie? And he said no, only because it's not like she's gonna change her behavior and it's going to start drama. And guys, if you love drama just like this, go to your favorite podcast platform, search up OK Storytime for more crazy stories just like this. We have tons of them. Dakota, what are your thoughts about him not confronting his ex?
That's fine at this point, honestly. Just move on.
Really?
You've gotten the cold water.
Don't
You
wanna get the
already
last punch.
knew it too. He's like, I knew she's been unfaithful. I just thought maybe it'd get better. It's like, brother, that's a sad, sad story.
Yeah.
I think, your sister's a homewrecker, bro. And now that we know you're the younger brother, not the older brother, I take back everything I've said.
Yeah.
About what you should have been doing or could have been doing, especially given the dynamic you described in your family. It doesn't sound like there's any way you could have flipped her to change her behavior in any way. So I'm just glad you have not been corrupted by her rotten moral compass. So that's nice.
That is nice. He said he found a nice apartment for himself and that once the divorce is final, he can simply continue to be a good dad and get over everything that's happened. I've seen him a few times since then. We're still close. I'm looking forward to seeing him find a girl who actually cares about him, and I regret not growing a pair sooner. But now it's over. My sis continues on with Mark, but she's on her own now. Thanks for hearing me out, guys. And you have learned a life lesson, my friend. And that is the end of this episode.
Yeah. So if you love us, make sure you subscribe.
We freaking love you.
And see you tomorrow.